Listen to the play-by-play of the Chiefs game with Mitch Holtis, Danon Hughes, and our guy Kling. Download the free Odyssey app today and follow 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to the all-new 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Are back in town. I mean, we never really left, but either way, you get it. Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe, Dusty Likens. Bob Fescoe will be doing sign language, so good thing you have us on Cody and Gold on the Fan. Just kidding. It says Dusty and Fescoe. Mac rolls his eyes. Stop, man. It's only 6 o'clock. Don't get sassy. You got 3 hours tonight on After Hours. You're pulling in the he's pulling in the late shift. So Mac will have no voice tomorrow. And then everyone will really be pissed because I'll be the only one talking for 4 hours Wednesday through Friday.
We'll get through this.
This is Bob's week of being the throat goat.
I guess, but mine isn't because I'm sick. It's because I acted like a fool at the game the other day.
As you should have.
Yeah, exactly.
There are a few moments where it's okay to act like a fool.
It's 913, okay, right?
Yeah, 913-586-7965. What are the okay moments to act like a fool? I would say wedding, sporting event that ends in a result.
Whose wedding?
I mean, anybody's.
Yeah.
Do you not like weddings?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love weddings. Like, I'll cut some rug.
What if the wedding does not have an open bar?
I'm out.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Or what normally would happen. I've been to one of those. And my buddy and I just went to the gas station, bought like a big case of beer, put it in a cooler, and just like walked out and drank. We're like, well, you didn't do it. Turn a blind eye, whatever. But for the most part, every wedding I've been to, I mean, Rob's had an open bar, and the girl that was bartending poured me a glass of wine that was like
you could swim in that glass of wine.
Yeah, it was bigger than Pinkles.
Yeah, it was, no doubt. I mean, it was a jumbo. There's no question about it. But I went to one wedding where they didn't have an open bar, and it was miserable, and they didn't have any booze at all. So it wasn't like you couldn't have a drink. There was nothing. So we did basically the same thing. And this was down to Wichita, in Wichita, I should say. So it made matters even worse because I was in Wichita at this wedding. But either way, did you see this woman who was complaining about the guests not giving her enough money at her wedding, and now she had to cancel her honeymoon over the weekend?
A guest didn't give her enough money?
The guests combined did not give her enough money. She only got $3,000 for cash and wedding gifts, and somebody gave her $10, and so she had to cancel her honeymoon. If you're relying on your wedding party, the people that are there to pay for your honeymoon and to give you cash, that's the wrong way to go about it. That makes you a Karen, I would like to say. And so this woman was complaining on social media that her friends and family and guests did not give her enough money to help her pay for her honeymoon. And so now she's canceling her honeymoon, and we're all supposed to feel bad for her. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah, I mean.
So I'm so over that kind of stuff, man. Oh, nobody gave me enough money for my wedding. Do better in life.
Yeah. Like Mac's wedding, I'd probably get rowdy at.
You think he's going to have one and we're going to get invited?
I mean, if we don't, that'd be kind of messed up.
You going to do that thing down in Tennessee?
You'll get invited. It will be in Tennessee.
It will be in Tennessee.
Yeah. Perfect. No, that's great. Because I can finally go to Nashville.
I was going to say, it's an excuse. Yeah.
When are you getting married?
This is going to be.
That's $1 million.
You guys are not going to. You guys are going to hate this.
You're going to get married during the football season, aren't you?
It's going to be during the fall.
Yeah. Well, I've already got 2 weddings on September 7th next year, so I hate to break it to you. Don't do it that day.
Okay, don't do it then. All right.
Don't do it that day.
We'll schedule around.
I mean, I'm that guy. I'll fly to Nashville.
Oh, well, of course. I wouldn't drive to Nashville.
Well, Mac will drive. Mac drives every other week.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
What is it, 6 hours?
No, it's 8.5.
8.5.
Long drive. No, that's just fly in, fly out.
What I'll do is I'll download Red Zone on my phone, and I'll fly out perfectly where it matches, right when I leave.
Yes.
You can get like a 6 a.m. flight, I'm sure, Sunday morning out of Nashville. Be back in plenty of time.
I don't want that. I don't want to have to get up at like 4 after being up all night.
Oh, yes, you do, because then you're relying on the airline industry to keep things straight throughout the rest of the day. And the odds of that happening are very slim, right?
They said no more canceled flights, no more delayed flights.
No more delayed flights. That's right, because they got to give your money back now. So you know you're getting out on time. Yes,
you ain't lagging at the airport, dude.
That's a very good point. Now that rule is in place, right? Yeah.
No more delays. Weird. Because
Yeah.
you get your money back.
All of a sudden, everybody's getting where they need to go on time these days
That's
in the airline industry because the government said you're screwed if you don't. You got to refund the whole plane.
Dude. Spirit Airlines really picked up their game.
Did you see that story about Spirit Airlines
Not good.
yesterday? Oh no, landing in Haiti yesterday and getting shot by bullets, and they had to take back off and get out. All flights to Haiti have now been canceled by JetBlue and Spirit. Like weird stuff, man.
Dang.
Unbelievable stuff. So have
like
fun traveling this holiday season.
The video game Uncharted.
God.
From Uncharted to Sharded, man.
I mean, my God.
If I saw a bullet, I mean, what would I do? What everybody told me to do my whole life when you knew you're in a moment of doubt, put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah, that's exactly what you got to do in that situation.
Like, on the plane, I'm like, dude.
I mean, you can't duck
Lord,
and cover. I mean,
dear Lord, I'm sorry about everything I've done. You know, it's over, dude.
I mean, crazy stuff going on. So yeah, flying's fun. Everybody loves it. Yeah.
I hear you guys. I hear you talk sports. So let's do that.
All right,
6:05 here on 96.5 The Fan. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for having us our opening morning monologue. I think we should do that more often. But anyways, yesterday, if you missed it on social media or wherever you get your information, the Royals had some honorees and finalists in baseball. And you ask yourself, how in the world are these clowns talking about baseball when there's a Chiefs-Bills game? I'll tell you why, because this is going to lead up to another segment where Bob, if his voice will hold up, takes the floor. But the Royals did something yesterday that was very impressive. Actually, the AL Central did something.
The AL Central did something very impressive yesterday, yes.
Fan of the show, fan of the cheese blanket, manager Matt Quatrero is a finalist for Manager of the Year.
Awesome.
Also with Stephen Voigt and AJ Hitch.
Yeah.
Tigers, Guardians.
American League Central's got this thing on lockdown, baby.
I've got a little bit of an issue with Stephen Voigt being the favorite because I used it as a chef's comparison, right? Stephen Voigt, first-year manager, Cleveland, goes to the playoffs, wins the division, pretty much had the division from start to finish, almost like a wire-to-wire.
They almost lost it that one day we had a tie with them, right? Yeah.
And to me, Stephen Voigt got a kitchen with all the nice, utensils, all the nice food, like a Bobby Flay type of Food Network kitchen, right? And then Matt Quatrero loses or wins 56 games and wins 30 more the next year. And his kitchen is, it's a,
But they did go spend money on good appliances. They got the stainless steel in there for him,
Right. But he wasn't, expected to make something great with what he had. Voigt got like a nice, hey, here you go. Quatrero goes from 56 to 86 in 1 year. You look at the MVP race. Bobby Witt Jr. Against the Yankees. Juan Soto, Aaron Judge. Some tend to believe that Aaron Judge will win this award unanimously. He's going to get every vote, and if he doesn't, Bobby might get a few because Soto ain't getting any. It's nice that he's up there. He had a good year, but it'll be either all Aaron Judge, 50 votes, or however many it is, and zero anybody else, or they'll be like 48-2.
I would hope the person who's voting out of Kansas City goes and votes for Bobby Witt Jr.
Right.
I think that's the right thing to do in this type of situation. And look, Aaron Judge, had a great regular season. He sucks in the postseason. I know that doesn't count. Juan Soto is more of a valuable player than Aaron Judge is to a team. I hate to be that guy, but Aaron Judge is going to run away with this thing.
Yeah.
And probably shouldn't run away with this thing, but it's just cool to be nominated, I guess, and be at the cool kids table if you're Bobby Witt Jr., right?
Yeah. Your name's on the map.
Yeah.
And then the last one before we get into some more information about the Royals moving forward. Cy Young finals. Not going to win. Tarek Skubal and Clase, who was the closer at a .61 ERA, and then the playoffs happened. Tough, but closer for Cleveland, starter for Detroit, starter for the Royals. The AL Central, dominant this year in awards, dominant this year in playoff appearances. 3 teams get in, and there's 3 reasons why those teams are in, because of the players they built around and their managers that they built their teams around. That's what successful teams do. That's why the Royals were successful. And like we said, in this offseason this year, they don't need to have, reconstructive facial surgery. They just need to touch up here or there, a little Botox in the cheek, take a little wrinkle out of the forehead, and move forward. And when they do move forward, they'll have a place to play. Bob, the floor is yours as you let people know what the updates are in Royal Stadium and maybe Chief Stadium updates as well.
Well, yeah, there's a lot going on right now. And I think from what the conversations I was having with a lot of people yesterday, this thing is going to move fast and it's going to move quickly. And we're going to know maybe by the winter meetings where the Royals are breaking ground on their new stadium. And I talked to multiple sources on this now. So I have it confirmed from 2 different folks about what's going on right now in Kansas City, if you will. And I use the air quotes, Kansas City, on this one, because from what I've been told, the Royals are in real and advanced discussions with the state of Kansas to potentially build their new stadium in Johnson County.
Now, where would that location be?
Well, there are a couple locations that I'm hearing right now. There's a location right inside the 435 loop around Antioch, is what I've been told is one location. And then the location that I think a lot of people are very fond of is 119th and Knoll on the old Sprint campus. And there, they already have 5 parking garages that exist, right? There are 5 parking garages from the old Sprint campus that basically stand there and do nothing. And I know because I go to the J and I look out all the time and I see these parking garages, parking garage A, B, C, D, and E. And, the mind works in weird ways. And you see these parking garages out there and nobody utilizes these parking garages and nobody utilizes that land at 119th and Knoll. And I think what the Royals are looking at is that the majority of their season ticket holders are in Johnson County, Kansas. I think it's 55% of their season ticket holders are located in Johnson County. And so they want to go to where their fans are. And that makes the most sense. You have existing bars and restaurants right there across the street, where everybody knows where 119th and Knoll is. And it gives you the land and the opportunity for John Sherman to build sort of a ballpark village out there as well to make it a 365-day-a-year venue, which is what they want to do. I also heard from somebody yesterday that people in the Northland are more in favor of the Johnson County location than they are of the downtown location because they feel like they can drive, they can park, they can take care of business out there and not have to worry about the downtown stuff. I'm not saying the downtown situation is dead, but this thing is moving very fast to move this thing, the Royals, out to Kansas. Bob, what does that mean for the Chiefs? I know a lot of people want to know what that means for the Chiefs as well. I was told yesterday that the state of Kansas could potentially get 2, possibly 3 of the facilities that are going to be built. And by the third facility, I mean the practice facility for the Kansas City Chiefs. There are some in the thinking that believe if the practice facility ends up in Wyandotte County, they will build a little Chiefs village out there. Then they will do their new stadium in the state of Missouri. The problem with the state of Missouri right now is Springfield wants money for a minor league ballpark. The University of Missouri wants a bunch of money for their stadium. The Cardinal Stadium is now 20 years old, and they've got an arena with a hockey team that is going to need upgrading as well. You start to wonder where you're going to get all this money from. It's a lot of money to build facilities in any state, let alone, a state of Missouri that really doesn't have a lot of income coming in, a lot of tourism coming in, and dollars being generated. So from what I heard yesterday, it looks like, discussions are deep right now with Johnson County. 119th and Knoll looks like a nice plot of land. Go drive by it. There's not a lot going on out there. And when you have 5 existing parking garages already, the question of where are we going to park gets absolutely taken out of the equation because there are already 5 existing parking garages that aren't being utilized. And I think it's called the Spira, whatever that campus is now, where Sprint used to be. They're peeling off, man. They're looking to sell. And so that is an opportunity, I think, for the Royals to really cash in and put their stadium in a location that is going to be near the people. Kansas still could get Arrowhead and the practice facility, I'm told. Kind of shaky on that. It may be a little bit too much for all of that, but the wheels are moving really, really fast on this thing, and it looks like the Royals could be in Kansas before the winter meetings take place, if you will, and they announce it before the winter meetings take place. So that's what I'm told. They're in deep discussions with the state of Kansas about a possible location in Johnson County. I was told about 3 locations in Johnson County. I don't know where the third one is, but the 2 that I've heard are like 119th and Knoll, which you've been loving to live on Knoll for as long as I've known you. So like 10 years now, you've been talking about moving to Knoll. Now may be the right time.
No doubt.
Walk across
before
the street.
That property value goes
that's
up.
Right. You can walk across the street to the stadium.
Heck yeah.
And do that.
That's a cheap Uber ride.
Or just walk. I was thinking about taking a bird scooter.
Now you can get in trouble on those.
Well,
you can't get pot for those.
That's what somebody told me. I said, I'm not talking about drinking. I'm just making it easy to get to the stadium. Just ride a bird scooter down 119th Street.
Oh, yeah.
I'll see you later. I'll walk. I don't care. But or maybe inside 435 around the 95th Antioch, kind of that corridor in there, I guess has been talked about as a potential location. So those are talks that are going on right now. I know there are people who don't want to hear the reality of it, but I tweeted about it last night. 52,000 people interacted with that tweet last night about where the stadiums are going to be. So it is a topic in Kansas City, and I'm just the messenger, man. And if you don't want to go because they're in Kansas, then don't. Nobody cares.
Blow it out your ass, Bob. That was my favorite drop back in the day.
We have that still. It should still be in there.
Isn't that Nathan Lane?
Yeah, it is from the OJ trial. Yes,
that's right. So, yeah, there we go. We'll dive back into that a few times today, recycle that so you can hear it if you missed it. Obviously, not everybody's in their car at the same time. But coming up on the other side, Chiefs-Bills. They play a big one on Sunday, maybe the biggest they've ever played. Plus, this is two different teams from two different perspectives in the media that you haven't heard before. I'll explain when we come back here at 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, the age-old question in Kansas City is, where are we going to park? And when you go to the airport, it's pretty simple. You're going to park at Park and Go. They're going to take care of everything for you. They make it so easy to park and get to the airport on time. They make it so easy to make a reservation. You just go to bookparkandgo.com. Make your reservation and make sure you prepay, because when you prepay with Park and Go, you're going to save a ton of cash. So get that all taken care of ahead of time, and then you've got your reservation and you're ready to go. And when you pull into Park and Go, you'll see every spot is covered parking. Every single one of them is going to protect your car. So just give them your reservation number. They'll tell you exactly where to park. As soon as you get to that spot, they will pick you up in that van and take you right to the airport terminal. Then you're there, you're relaxed, and you're ready to go. When you get back, it's great, man. Just grab your bags, walk off the plane, and the Park and Go bus is there for you. Jump on that bus, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. Park and Go makes the airport parking experience so easy. You'll get back to your car, and because it's been covered all this time, there won't be any weather damage, there won't be any snow to clean off, none of that. So do yourself a favor and do what we did. Join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Calling all Chiefs fans. You could be on the field at the 50 inside GEHA Field for the official coin toss at a Chiefs home game this season. Visit Chiefs.com/GEHA now. You can enter to win a chance to be on the field for the march to the three-peat. Plus, you can score other exclusive prizes. Enter for a chance to win at Chiefs.com/GEHA. GEHA is the proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunk Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on two wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW1. That's 877-WEB-NOW1.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy two. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-583-5795.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-583-5795. That's 800-583-5795. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Bowling Warehouse is taking over KC with a mashup of football, bowling, drinks, and fun. And with 3 15-foot televisions in the hottest bar in town, there's absolutely no better place for watch parties, get-togethers, and happy hours. And what could be better than splashing down pins at your next business event or private party? Plus, Bowling Warehouse KC is convenient for everyone off 435 and State Line. Whether it's a fun night out or a way for your organization to unwind, make your reservation now at FollingWarehouseKC.com. It's time to fool around and find out.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Metro Ford online at kcmetroford.com. On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. At Metro Ford, family-owned and operated means the same trusted faces every visit. Just 10 minutes from downtown. Plus, get peace of mind with our 5-year, 200,000-mile pre-owned warranty, including roadside assistance and emergency trip interruption. Only at Metro Ford online at kcmetroford.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Right back here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. Bob Fescoe, Dusty like is Mac Morey, a.k.a. Guinea Pig. After hours tonight with Mac Morey, Drew Nixon. One's a Chiefs fan, one's a Bengals fan. What could go wrong? I don't know. One roots for Tennessee, the other one roots for every college team imaginable. Check out Drew's podcast as well.
Literally.
247, yeah. I don't know who he roots for in college. I know who the hell he roots for in the NFL. Unfortunately, don't forget, Chiefs we're thankful for your chance to do what, Bob? Fescoe?
Win $500 to Hy-Vee for Thanksgiving. How about that, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna play a highlight at 6:40 every day this week. We did one yesterday, had our first qualifier yesterday. We're going to take a qualifier every day at 6:40. When you hear the highlight, if you know the Chiefs player that has been bleeped out, be caller number, what did we say, number 6, and you'll be qualified to win a $500 Hy-Vee gift card. We'll take 5 qualifiers. We'll announce our winner at the end of the week. So be ready to dial in about 18 minutes.
It's no secret who the Chiefs play on Sunday.
Bills.
3:25. Perfect.
That's right.
Perfect.
It's the only game on CBS at 3:25 on Sunday. How about that?
Red zone till 3.
Yep.
Flip it over to CBS and enjoy.
Best of luck, Fox, competing with the Chiefs and Bills on CBS. You guys should just go put the color bars up
ready
for that game.
another ratings boost?
Oh, my gosh. God, it's going to be huge, right?
I thought this was interesting. I'm going to play a couple of things of audio because I think this is maybe the most important matchup for Bills, Chiefs in the regular season. Last year, sure. Right? Like you were trying to get the 1 seed, but it was very bleak. You had to have a lot of things happen. This year, you can just
like not line up off sides.
Yeah, which is and Rob, the Chiefs have probably one of the greatest plays in franchise history.
God, yes.
Might be the greatest play in franchise history.
But it didn't count.
Right. So this is Chris Canty talking about the Buffalo Bills and what he thinks of this team this year.
So Sam Pierce, our television producer, has put up on ESPNU for the graphic, for those listening on the radio, the percentage chance for the Chiefs to win the rest of the season week by week. The worst chance they have to win a game is actually this upcoming week at the Bills.
And I don't think the Buffalo Bills are that good.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I said it. I don't think the Buffalo Bills are that good.
Okay, go on.
I get that they've gotten out to the best start that they've had in 30 years in that franchise. But the Buffalo Bills have exactly one win against a team with a winning record, and that came in week 1 against the Arizona Cardinals.
Wow, how about that?
I don't trust this Buffalo Bills team. They've been living and dying off of takeaways, and at some point that's going to run out, especially when you play against good teams. Right now, they have the best turnover differential in the NFL. They have the most points scored off of turnovers in the NFL in terms of points margin of a turnover. So at some point that runs out when you face good teams. And that point could happen this week against the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll see how it goes. But I don't think the Buffalo Bills are as good as their record suggests that they are.
That's an interesting comment from a former defensive lineman to say something like that, because I would have taken the other approach, honestly, on that with the defensive side of things. They always say turnovers are contagious, right? You teach turnovers, you coach turnovers, you go after turnovers, and you get turnovers, and that becomes part of who you are as an organization. But you know what? The last 2 weeks, Patrick Mahomes has not turned the football over, has not thrown an interception, right? If they turn the ball, he's cleaned it up a lot. And so if you go in and play a clean game against Buffalo, there's no reason you can't go out there and win. But again, this is the week-to-week nature of the NFL, where he actually looked at the big picture and goes, they've beaten one good team so far this year, right? We always want to talk about opponents and who they play and who they beat. And if you're beating up on New England and the Jets and Miami in that division, are you really as good as your record indicates? Or are you feasting on the sisters of the poor? Now, you don't apologize for your schedule, but when you do face somebody that is good, are you going to be up to the level to play somebody that's good? Or has everything been masked because you've been playing East Toenail State for the last 7 weeks?
Also, it's week 11 in the NFL, and Buffalo's been hit with that old injury bug.
Oh, God, yes.
Dalton Kincaid, I believe, is injured. He had a knee injury he suffered in the game last week and did not return.
Right.
Hollis is also injured. He took the elevator. That's a joke. I'm kidding. But no, their young phenom wide receiver is banged up.
Yep.
Their running game, Cook is decent. Josh Allen has been Superman.
He's great in the running game.
Yeah.
You know?
Josh Allen is a guy that I fear every time the Chiefs play him. I always try to yell at my TV every time it's on second down and say, do not let it get to 3rd and 3 or less, because they will get a first down almost every single time.
Right.
Because of how good he is. But again, look at their division. You know who's in second place in that division? Miami. Dolphins, 3-6.
3-6, and they won a game yesterday.
The Jets are dead in the water.
Yep.
New England, I like the story. We'll get into that here in a little bit with the new show bit that we're going to do. But their division is not good. They are 8-2. They've yet to have a bye. They have a 5-game lead in their division. It's not as impressive as the Chiefs' lead in their division, because the Chiefs schedule, obviously, more than one winning team.
Right.
Buffalo plays Arizona week 1. I'd like to see that game today.
Absolutely.
That's not how the NFL works.
Did Buffalo lose that game in week 1, or am I mistaken?
No, I believe they won that game this year.
I think they won.
Did they win that game in week 1? Okay. I thought maybe they had lost a game early that we weren't expecting them to lose. And Arizona at the beginning of the year was probably a
Arizona
team.
put up a fight. But then
Buffalo
Buffalo,
that's right. Yeah, Buffalo had to come back and won. Had to come back and win that game. Yeah.
And then our guy Kyle Brandt, I think he finally used an analogy to describe the Chiefs that I'm okay with.
All right,
I'll let you hear it.
It's my favorite Chiefs team of the Mahomes era. I love these guys. It's a fascinating team. 16-point sloppy game. And Peter's right. The take was already there. They were bound to lose eventually. They had Broncos knocked them off.
It's good to lose a game.
Now you got it out of the way. Now you can get better. And cheers to the Broncos. They're like, nah, I think we'll just block the field goal. It's amusing to me because there's something generational about this where the Chiefs are good for old heads. Hear me out. Like, everything now is packaged in entertainment to be fast, flashy, quick. You have to have an explosion in the first 2 minutes, or a fight scene, or a love scene. We have to keep the young viewers' attention, or they're just going to look at their phone. The Chiefs don't do any of that crap. It's incredible. It's slow. It's not interesting. You don't get the Tyreek Hill bomb. You don't get the crazy Kelsey highlight. You're not getting the no-look pass. It's kind of boring. It's kind of clunky. But in the end, it still works. Like, you can't make Jaws right now. You can't make Alien right now. It's too slow. I'm going to look at my phone and my tablet. The Chiefs are this crazy, slow-paced, like, art house movie. It's Phantom Thread. You know what I mean? It's not Fast and the Furious. They've done those before.
Patient.
The English Patient, and Ray Fiennes is just crafting the storyline. And I like that they're not saying, score, 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 score. We play something called defense. We make sneaky plays here to move the chains. We don't blow up the box score. We don't win your fantasy league. We don't show up in all the highlights. We just show up in the win column. It's like a movie that makes no money and no one gives a crap about, but somehow when the Oscars are there, there's Andy Reid with the Best Picture trophy again. I like it. It's for the old heads. It's not for you kids. They've done versions that are, and it's all candy and sugar and Pop Rocks and all that crap. This is slow. It's a slow burn Chiefs team, and I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. I mean, they've adjusted over the years,
Right.
and we're like 8 years away from or removed from Tyreek Hill and all this kind of stuff, right? And we still go back talking about Tyreek Hill, who's blaming his arrest for his injury now. But that's neither here nor there. But I mean, that's what this team is. But that's why this team is so good and why this organization is so good, because they continue to adjust, they continue to change, they continue to do things differently, they adjust to their personnel, they adjust to the way that the game is being played in the NFL, and they're just better at it than everybody else. The Chiefs have now shown the NFL that they can win in so many different ways as an organization in the same era of where they were this high-flying offense. Now they're a defensive-led team, and I have no problem with that at all. I think it's great that they're allowing the defense to go out there, because they always say offense puts butts in the seats and defense wins championships, and this team is going to win its third consecutive championship based on the way that its defense goes out there and plays. And that's why they're so good, because they gave up 14 points this past weekend, right? I mean, like, you start to look at what the amount of points that they gave up, and I know everybody's celebrating the LA Chargers and what they're doing from a defensive standpoint, and they're giving up like 20 points per ball game. But look at what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing from a defensive standpoint. They're not letting anybody in the end zone, and if they do, it's once or twice a game, and that's it. This is a defensive-led team that's going to lead them right to the Super Bowl again.
Another second half allowing 0 points for your guy, Steve Spagnuolo, too.
Exactly,
as well. So, again, the first half, you're like, what is Bo Nix doing? And then the second half, it's like, oh, he's driving. They don't score. It's the whole bend, don't break, right? And, that's kind of where the Chiefs are. And, again, offensively, ninth in passing yards. They are first in third down percentage at 52%. They're getting the first down. Kyle Brandt admits that. He's like, they just move the chains. They get it done. They keep time of possession. I think they dominate. What was it, like 15 minutes almost of time of possession in the favor of the Chiefs this past week? They dominated time of possession against Denver.
Right. Now you'd like a couple more of those drives that you're dominating to finish in some points.
No doubt. Rushing yards, they're 21st. Passing yards, they're 9th. Points scored, they're 11th. So they're flirting with the top 10. Rushing yards, they only allow 83. That's third best. Total yards, they only allow 300 a game. That's third best. And points, they're 5th with 17.9. But they've shut out teams in the second half 3 or more times this year, which is impressive to me.
That is really impressive, man. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, it just shows that you are adjusting a half and figuring out what they're doing, and they're not adjusting to you in the second half, which is kind of insanely scary for the Chiefs, which means, hey, you better get to a massive lead because you ain't scoring in the second half. And we also told you, they're like the San Antonio Spurs, man. They're not exciting. They're not very entertaining, but they've got a couple of stars and Hall of Famers on their team led by a Hall of Fame coach. And by God, at the end of the day, they win every single NBA game 86-79.
Yeah, the Chiefs just released their trailer for the franchise that's coming out this week, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's Andy Reid walking off the field in this trailer just going like with his hands up in the air going, meh. like even he's like bewildered based on what happened. And I was reading some stuff that Sean Payton had to say again yesterday. He goes, hey, man, credit them for exploiting a weakness that they found. I mean, like, my God, look at this. They've got a weakness on the offensive line for field goals and PATs, and they exploited it. You got to give credit to the Chiefs for figuring that thing out.
Mac, fire me up some beats. I want to do a little thing here. We call this the Likens Library, so shh, be quiet.
Okay.
This sounds like Green Lady Lounge. I need to get back to that place and get you.
Library coffee shop, got a fire in the back.
That's right.
Yeah, a little fire. I like that.
Absolutely,
Is it a mechanical fire or is it a real
No, this
fire?
is real.
No,
this is real.
It's gas, Daddy.
I'm handing you a hot peppermint tea.
Very nice. The peppermint tea is doing wonders.
I was going to say, keep that throat lubed with tea as we sit in the library. And, fellas, this week's library edition is Fact or Fiction.
Okay.
In the Likens Library this weekend, I want to give you guys some Fact or Fiction. It is involving NFL teams. You admit if they're fact or fiction, I don't have an answer, but you two do. So our first fact or fiction book that we pull out of the library of the Likens Library today is Pittsburgh Steelers. Fact or fiction?
That is a definite fact, Dusty. I actually saw somebody, and I'm trying to figure out who it was, say that they expect, I think it was Kay Adams actually, they expect the Chiefs to go out, or the Steelers to go out there and win the Super Bowl.
I love everything she says.
Really? Even that?
If she called me a bag, I'd still be like, yeah, you're
That's
beautiful.
different. I can understand that.
I can get behind
but not the Steelers winning the Super Bowl. No, they're legit, man.
Yeah,
they are legit.
That's a fact. I agree. They came back from 10 points. Like, Steelers couldn't do that before. They can do that now.
So you're checking out that fact book.
I am.
All right. Fact or fiction, the Cincinnati Bengals?
In what context?
Are they a team? Are they a fiction team? Or are they a fact team
Well,
that can make it to the playoffs?
they're a fact team that sucks, but they're a fiction team that's good.
Okay.
They're fact. They're making the playoffs.
Houston Texans. Fact or fiction?
They're a fact team. They're going to make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to do well in the postseason this year, but they're going to make the playoffs because nobody else is winning that division.
Yeah, I think I agree. I'm
Nico
going to go more
screwed me
fact.
this week. I didn't have anybody else to play, and they were like, by the way, he's inactive.
Yeah, they were like, oh, yeah, he's activated.
I was like,
he's
oh,
not gonna play.
crap.
All right. Yeah. No, I'm going to go fact. I'm going to go a little more fact than Bob on that. I think this team is improving. I think they're actually built for a decent playoff.
I mean, they blew a huge lead
did.
at home at halftime
with
to a
great
team
uniforms.
that threw five
interceptions.
interceptions.
Yeah.
It's hard to overcome 5 interceptions and win a game that you're down 26-3 in or whatever it was.
Should never be able to wear those jerseys again. Quiet in the back over there. We are in the library. Los Angeles Chargers, fact or fiction? What? Have you seen their defense?
They're a joke book.
Oh. They're a football for dummies?
Yeah, yeah.
So
They are a
that's-
joke. They're a clown show. No, fiction.
You're not in on the Chargers?
I am not. Just not.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just not.
Have you seen Herbert's numbers last 4
I don't
games?
care.
The coaching staff?
Doesn't matter.
Everybody's bought in?
Yeah, don't care.
Okay.
I'm out. Not a fan. Don't like them. Never will. Screw them.
Okay.
Great uniforms. That's about it.
Be quiet. You're in the library. No yelling. Rest that throat.
I can't yell.
I know, but it's getting louder. Mac, fact or fiction?
With that, I'll go fact. Yeah.
Okay. How about those Denver Broncos you just saw last week? Fact or fiction?
They're more of a fact than the Chargers are.
You've got to be kidding me. Sir, be quiet.
But no, they're not going to. Well, they're probably going to go to the playoffs because there's nobody in the AFC worth a damn right now.
Okay.
Fiction. The team's still fake to me. I don't care.
Really?
Not willing to accept that I was right about Bo Nix, are you?
No.
Okay.
I still don't think you were.
Who's
Second string
gonna-
quarterback.
Okay. We move on to the other side of the library. Sir, please put a coaster down underneath your coffee. This is wood. You need to respect the wood. Shout out Larry David.
Got to respect the wood.
We go to the NFC side of the library. Philadelphia Eagles, fact or fiction?
They're fact, man.
Oh.
They're fact. They are 7-2 again, and no coach in Eagles history has ever started 3 straight seasons at 7-2 or better, like Nick Sirianni has done. They're absolute fact.
Their coach was kicked out of the library for excessive yelling.
Yeah, and he was almost kicked out of Philadelphia, but they're sitting at 7-2, and they're
Yeah.
probably going to win that division.
I think they're the second best team in the conference. I think that's fact.
Okay. Speaking of the same conference, the Washington Commanders,
A
fact or
little
fiction?
bit of fiction, I think. A little bit of fiction.
Don't
yeah.
trust the rookie quarterback?
I do not. No.
Don't trust the coach with the backwards hat?
Well, he did blow a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl, so it's hard to. I mean, he's got a lot of redeeming to do.
7-0 against teams under 500, 3-0 against teams over 500. I think if that's not fiction, and I don't know.
Say
what
that
is.
again.
They are 7-0 against teams under 500. They
Right.
are 0-3.
0-3. You said 3-0. That's
Oh,
what
did I? My
yeah.
fault. Yeah, they're 10-0. No, they're 0-3 against teams.
sir,
Oh, sorry, got a little excited.
So
there.
they beat the Sisters of the Poor,
Yeah,
and they
exactly.
get their ass kicked by good teams.
Yeah.
Or 28-27 1 point, but still you lost.
Getting close to closing time in the library. Before we have to close, we have a few more fact or fiction books to look at. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, fact
Fiction.
or fiction? Okay.
Yeah.
Soft
Sadly.
schedule to finish.
Yeah.
Could sneak in.
They could.
Yeah, but I mean, they're already talking about firing the coach down there and replacing him with Tom Brady.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, there was a fake rumor yesterday about that, which was glorious.
So he'd
yeah.
own the Raiders, but he'd
He'd coach the Buccaneers, yeah.
I love it.
Guys. Fact or fiction, the Atlanta Falcons.
I think they're a fact.
Nah, I'm gonna go fiction. They'll make the playoffs, but that team is
Well,
the
who
most...
else is going to make the playoffs? out of that
Exactly.
division?
Yeah, exactly.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, well, that's true.
They got
yeah.
to go on a run.
Yeah, they got on a run. They've already lost twice to Atlanta, though. No, I'll go fact, but I don't think they're good. I don't think the Falcons are bad.
This is a double featured binded book here for fact or
Ooh,
fiction.
Is this like a choose your own adventure?
It is.
I love it.
Who do you believe is more fact over fiction? The Arizona Cardinals or the San Francisco 49ers?
49ers based on experience and getting Christian McCaffrey back.
Yeah, I'd have to agree on that.
Wow, so no love and Kyler Murray.
I'm sorry. I love Kyler, but like Bob said, the experience, the veteran leadership they have, when they're going to come back fully healthy, I wouldn't want to see them.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I respect your opinions. The library is closed. Now get your ass out of the seats and exit my building.
We are gone.
I can't believe you don't like Arizona. I feel like we got to get you. Like, who do they need to beat? Like they just.
I'll just never like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their coach is doing pretty well this year, and he was the one that he had.
Roger Steckline is his name or something?
That's completely. Yeah.
That's it.
That's the one.
If you gave me $1 million right now, I don't know that I could name the Arizona coach.
Yeah, thanks for reading the rundown.
I did, but I can't remember.
I really am.
Doofus von Dooferson?
I am surprised you don't think the Chargers are fact.
I just don't. I
was surprised by that, too.
I don't buy Harbaugh. I think
that
he's
team's bought in, though. Like,
they,
it's weird.
No, they are. They are bought in, but I saw the playoff game with
You
Herbert.
may not like
and,
his style, and I'm not a huge fan of it. It's kind of corny and cheesy to me.
Right.
It's today. But people seem to buy it. It worked at Stanford where they were terrible. It's worked in L.A. where they were just a mess.
Yeah.
And for some reason, go look at before he got there at Michigan. It wasn't
No,
great.
it wasn't
and
great.
It's like,
I know.
You
I know they
here
buy
we go
in,
again.
but maybe part of me is just not wanting to buy into the Chargers and not wanting to buy. Like
I get it. I get it. But don't
not
you
one-
want some competition?
But I'm also not. No, I'm
Okay.
also not one of those people who like something because I'm told I'm supposed to like it
Fair.
either. You
Yeah.
know,
No, no.
how could you not like cauliflower? Because it sucks.
The
how
ones
could
at
you-
Third Street Social are good. By the way, you're getting ready to have a Third Street Social in Overland Park.
Oh, we are. Where at?
I got to look at it.
By the new ballpark there
our
at
buddy,
119th and
Our buddy
Knoll?
Tyler posted on Facebook. They're going to have another one in OP.
Oh,
so they're
nice.
expanding
Okay.
again.
Nice. Yeah.
Great
Andy Locke
advertiser.
doing great work, man.
Yeah, keep it going, Andy. If you need anybody to sponsor your restaurant, let us know. Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe. The library door is shut, locked, and closed until next Tuesday. Coming up on the other side, a tough side of Tuesdays that we get into here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
All right, let's give
Worms
away.
had machine guns, and birds wouldn't be scared of them.
Let's give away that Chiefs we're thankful for. If you know who this Chief is, be caller number 6 to 913-586-7965, and you will win a qualifier to get that $500 gift card from Hy-Vee.
One running back stays with Bo Nix. Trotman, that's Javonte Williams is the running back. Trotman is a tight end, flex just outside the right tackle. Chiefs sell out blitz. Nix back to throw, being chased by sacked all the way back at the 36-yard line. And I mean, they made the fire call because all of the fire trucks were coming out of the fire station. It's a loss of 20.
There it is.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for K-State Athletics. 96.5, The Fan.
As we get closer and closer to Thanksgiving, I start thinking about the smoked turkeys from Smokehouse Barbecue. I know my mother has ordered 2 to have shipped to New Jersey. I've got 3 to get picked up on the day before Thanksgiving, and you need to order your turkey from Smokehouse Barbecue right now to make sure that you have the most delicious, juicy, moist turkey that you've ever had for Thanksgiving. These are unbelievable turkeys, and it will be the centerpiece of your Thanksgiving meal. I know a lot of times people say, the turkey, man, the sides are better, but when you get your turkey at Smokehouse Barbecue, the turkey will be the star of the show. And now through the end of football season, you also have to capitalize on their game day special. It's what we took out to the game on Sunday. A pound of burnt ends, a pound of wings, a slab of baby back ribs, a quart of beans, paperware, and serving utensils for $6, all for just $79.95. That'll feed your whole group at the tailgate. And make sure you try that sweet zing sauce that they have on the wings. It's their new sauce, and it is sweet with a kick at the end. It is absolutely wonderful. So check out Smokehouse Barbecue at one of their 3 locations in Independence, Gladstone, and Zona Rosa, or at smokehousebbq.com. That's smokehousebbq.com. For over 35 years, locally owned and family operated, it's Smokehouse Barbecue.
You're always better with a roof from JR.
We've had more than our fair share of hail and wind this year. Are you playing roofer roulette? That's when you bet your roof and your home on the first random roofer to ring your doorbell. Why do that when JR & Company offers a free hail and wind report online at jrstormcheck.com? Just plug in your address and we'll pull a multi-year storm report. You'll know exactly what your roof has been put through and if you even need an inspection. If you do, no one is more thorough and works better with your insurance than locally owned, veteran-owned JR & Company. And if you need a new roof, remember, a roof from JR comes with a lifetime warranty on workmanship. Don't play roofer roulette with your home. Visit jrstormcheck.com. And remember,
You're always better with a roof from JR.
visit jrstormcheck.com.
Hey friends, it's noisy out there with information coming at us all day, every day. It's hard to know what to trust, and the world of wealth management is no exception. That's why UMB Private Wealth Management helps you tune out the noise and tune into what matters most. They'll create a financial plan based on your unique goals, so it's your voice that comes through loud and clear. Get financial clarity. Go to umb.com/private wealth to schedule an appointment. That's umb.com/private wealth.
Don't let the chill get you down this winter. Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling has your back, keeping homes and businesses warm, cozy, and running smoothly all season long. We're your trusted neighbors for fast, reliable heating service. Whether it's maintenance, repairs, or a brand new system, beat the cold with a team that's been serving your community for over 30 years. Comfort Systems. Comfort that's just around the corner. Comforting people is what we do. Comfort Systems is right for you. MyComfortSystems.com.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors.
Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
The current federal government is actually going $1 trillion deeper in debt every 100 days. That's why thousands are turning to Goldco, a top-rated gold company, to diversify their savings with time-tested safe haven assets, physical gold and silver. Right now, not only is Goldco offering a free gold and silver kit, but on qualified purchases, they'll give you up to a 10% instant match in bonus silver. Call 855-838-GOLD. That's 855-838-GOLD. Performance may vary. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow Service. Big trouble on the Kansas side, 35 southbound at Shawnee Mission Parkway with an accident blocking 2 left lanes. Delays from around 635 and building. Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident, call Jay's Southland Tow Service 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all. So be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Back here on 96.5 The Fan, Bob Fescoe, Dusty Likens, Mac Maury. I'm glad to have you. You can check us out on the YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, however you get your streaming devices to be seen. Fescoe, Dusty, put it on your TV while you get ready for your work day. Or just go hack the TV that's in your office and just put it on there. That'd be kind of funny. We pride ourselves as the best-looking radio show here at 96.5 The Fan.
Maybe in the city.
Not a lot of tough competition.
No, there really isn't. Other than Scott Parks.
Yeah.
He's a very handsome man.
He kind of looks like Doc from the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, I can see that a little bit. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
I'm friends with him on Facebook, and his profile picture is a profile picture, and the glasses are resting on the nose, and it just looks like
I know. Yes.
He's ready to whistle while he works.
Yes, he does.
As are we, as it is Tuesday, which means we get to do our Tough Tuesday. Bob, why don't you lead this off? Your name's first on the list. Not as in Tough Tuesdays. I'm just saying as in the rundown.
Maybe, who knows?
No. It'd be me before you, bud.
Let's go with 3 guys on the list this week. I think Doug Peterson is the leader in the clubhouse this week for getting fired before the end of the season. Didn't he kind of allude to that over the weekend or whatever?
You want to hear some audio?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, let's hear what he had to say.
It's very short.
Okay.
And I believe the question is in there. It is. Here it is.
What was supposed to happen on the final Mac interception if he didn't get hit and throw the pick?
Yeah, I'm not going to go through the details of the play because you guys wouldn't figure it out. But we'll look at the tape tomorrow and we'll
what
make
a
those
bag of a
corrections.
comment.
What a douche. I mean, I hate to be that way, but that's a douchey comment right there.
And
I'm
the
not
guy
going to go
doesn't
through the
even
plays because you guys wouldn't understand type stuff. That's just weak,
That's like that
man.
Brandon Staley foreshadowing, like,
Yeah.
I'm calling the defensive plays.
Yeah,
okay?
you just don't do something like that.
Bye.
Yeah, take care, buddy. See you later.
Nice knowing you,
wow,
Doug.
man. Yeah, that's just you,
Hey, you
don't-
got a Super Bowl ring. You got with goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, this is just not something you do when you're the head coach of a football team. So he does. He's the leader in the clubhouse with the odds. He's actually negative money to get fired next in the NFL. I've got Mike McCarthy on the list, shockingly, with the Sun and all that kind of stuff
Man, I
that's
feel
going
bad
on
for
down
Mike,
there.
actually.
I
I really do. After Micah Parsons' comments, like, that's not fair, dude.
What did Micah Parsons say, though, that was
Says
bad?
a dead man walking.
He did not say that, though. He said Mike McCarthy can go wherever he wants. I'm more concerned about my players that are at the end of their careers. And everybody took that. Because I actually listened to the comment this morning again to make sure I didn't miss something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Micah Parsons just said Mike McCarthy can go wherever he wants. I'm more concerned about some of these players that are possibly playing in their last seasons or at the end of their contracts.
Yeah, but just next question that. Like, be like, that's not something I'm willing to talk to you guys about. Instead of be like, yeah, you can go wherever you want. So that's basically just saying, like, I don't care about my head coach.
Yeah.
Look,
I
and
understand
I'm not,
where you're saying from that standpoint.
And I
yeah.
get, like, I'm not saying that I know how to do media stuff like that. But, like, one, like, that's your head coach. Two, we all know. Right. We all know it's coming. His execution day from Jerry Jones will eventually come, and you don't need to be Micah Parsons, who, by the way, played in his first games. It's like week 2, and you come out and you can just be like, you know what? Like, because the same thing, here's the same thing I will say.
Yeah.
If we get mad at coaches for throwing players on the bus, this is essentially a player throwing a coach on the bus.
I understand. I get
Because
it.
he could be
yeah.
like, Micah just, he didn't really have it off the edge today. It's like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Like,
See, the way that I interpret it as, though, I went back to the old college days where coaches would just bounce and go wherever they want and do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy's going to have a job somewhere doing something. A lot of these players, a coordinator or an advisor or there's to be something.
I was going to say Norv Turner's with the Raiders, so anything's
never
possible.
count anything out,
Yeah.
right? But a lot of these players, man, like I'm a players guy, like I'm a union guy, always support the players and whatnot because the owners take all this cash.
I respect the union.
A lot of these guys are done, and then it's over for them, and there's nowhere else to go. There's no their careers are over, and so I get that. Like there's a finality for players. There's not necessarily a finality for coaches in the NFL. These guys are kind of like cockroaches. But I will say this: when you start to look at the tastiness, if you will, of a job, the Jets' job tastes like like you're licking bad feet. The Dallas Cowboy job is like
Big
you're
foot
eating
guy.
like
Big foot guy.
I am, but the Dallas job too is it's Tuesday. The Dallas job is like you're eating toe jam because this guy has won 12 games in a row for the last 3 years, and he came in on the hot seat like. Are you giving somebody an opportunity to have success down there? Like, if you're going to take these jobs, the Jets or the Cowboys, you're like, what do I have to do to be successful and not be on the hot seat every year? So, I don't know, man. Like, that Dallas job is going to be very interesting. I hope Deion Sanders gets it because it's great for our business. But, man.
Somebody called that in July. Either way. Here was Micah Parsons' comment.
That's above my pay grade about if Mike is coaching again next year. But, all coaching aside, Mike can leave and go wherever he wants. But the guys, I kind of feel bad for is guys like Zach Martin and guys who might be on their last year on their way out. Because that's what I wanted to hold the trophy for. You want to win games and do great things with those type of legends who put in more time and work than Mike McCarthy ever did. So those are the kind of guys that I have so much sympathy and hate for.
He did it, and then he didn't,
Yeah,
and then he
they
did
did.
it. He's like,
Yeah,
it's above
yeah.
my pay grade to talk about the head coach. But, hey, he can go wherever he wants. And, by the way, I'm here for these guys who have done way more than he's ever done.
Yeah, that part right there, I'll give you that. That part right there is a little like, okay, maybe a little step the line a little bit, but I do understand what he's saying, man. These
Just don't
players'
contradict
careers are
yourself. It's like, I'm not going to say anything bad about Bob. That guy sucks.
Yeah, that guy's terrible, man.
This guy loves feet, sucks toes.
That's right.
Yeah.
But finally, and Matt Eberflus.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to
man.
make a decision
it's
there because
out, yeah.
if you don't make a decision sooner or later, you have wasted Caleb Williams.
Yeah, 9 sacks. Some of those could be on Caleb, but they are regressing. They're not progressing. He's done. I'll go quickly here. Antonio Pierce is out in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's over. Eberflus, like you said, Doug Peterson, because he's a bag. In his comment yesterday, be like,
That
you guys
was-
wouldn't
yeah.
understand.
Yeah, come on, man.
And then the others are obvious. I think we're done putting. Now they're going back and forth with Dayball. Like I said, it could be, it might be, it could not be, it could be, but it doesn't look good.
I think they'll keep him.
I think they're going
I
to
do
keep
too.
Dayball. I think they're going to actually try to get him a quarterback, but you start to look at these quarterbacks that are available. I mean, you talk about ass. The quarterbacks that are coming out right now. I saw one mock draft who mocked Quinn Ewers to the Giants. Do you think that's really giving Brian Dayball somebody to work with? Quinn Ewers?
But I don't know. Mac, who's your Tough Tuesdays?
Yeah, I mean, it would be the same list as you guys. I think we're down to these few names. Now, really, the question is, in what sequence are these guys going to lose their jobs? Because I would say you guys didn't name one person who's not getting fired.
Right.
It's just, is it midseason? Is it after the fact? I mean, to me, if Doug Peterson hasn't already been fired, I guess he's safe for the rest of the year.
Depends on, the thing is about these that I found out is you have to look at the contracts. Like, if they have to, obviously give them, all the money up front. But if it's one of those things where it's so uncomfortable, like if the Bears get embarrassed again, the players will leave. The players will start talking. Like you look at the teams that have already fired.
Players are already talking in Chicago about not playing. There was one guy yesterday that said they're not playing for, everybody's not playing hard enough and stuff like that.
And that's the thing. And then your future quarterback is starting to just get absolutely waxed. They're going to stick behind him. You look at the firings that have already happened this year in Dan Quinn. Cam Jordan was leaving the locker room. Derek Carr had to go chase him down.
Right.
And then in New York, it was a disaster. Rodgers is Salo were just completely off the entire season last year too. And it's all right, just get me out of here.
But Jerry Jones did say he learned not to fire a coach in midseason. He's done that before and he regrets that. So I don't think McCarthy gets fired midseason, but I think he does get fired after the year.
He'll be Red Monday's first name.
Yeah, probably.
Or Black Monday, I think
yeah.
is what they call it. Yeah, it'll be Mike McCarthy and Dallas decide to split ways. Obviously.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Unless Doug Peterson beats him out the door because he's in the Eastern time zone.
Yeah, no kidding. To kind of do a backside of it, since we got a quick little 30 seconds each here, best first-year head coaches you like this year so
it's
far?
Dan Quinn. That's it for me. Yeah, he's done an unbelievable job in Washington. To take over a franchise that has been in such disarray for the last 20 years, to have a rookie quarterback, to be 7-3 or whatever they are right now, he's done a great job there. I really respect Dan Quinn.
Mac, you got a few that you liked in their first year showing their strength?
Yeah, I think Dan Quinn and Harbaugh obviously have done great jobs, but I'm going to take an actual first-year guy, so I'll take Mike McDonald, only 37 years old, and this is a Seahawks team that I had being really bad, and they've been competent. They're vying for a playoff spot in
Tough
week
schedule.
10.
Are
so
you putting money on them? I saw their odds to make the playoffs and to win that division are plus 10,000 or something like that.
They play Arizona in 2 weeks. That's a big game.
That's a good game.
I got Jim Harbaugh in there, Raheem Morris in Atlanta.
Oh, he's doing great. I love Raheem Morris. I thought he got the shaft earlier on in his coaching career. He's a good coach.
He got Kirk Cousins. Their offense is doing what their offense should have done. He's actually using Bijan Robinson. That's
Kirk
amazing.
Cousins has been great,
And he's not even going to be there next year because they're going to have Michael Penix be their starter and Kirk Cousins.
So does Kirk Cousins go to New York and play for the Giants?
No, go to Dallas.
Where is Trevor Lawrence going to end up?
Back up somewhere. I think Dan Quinn's on there, and then Mayo. I kind of see the Mayo effect happening in New England. Did you see what's his face? Drake May's press conference?
Yes.
He walked in clapping, saying, "How about the defense before we do anything, boys?
No,
How about
I missed
the defense?"
that. That's awesome.
Yes,
that's
wild.
That's
I
an
love that.
infection.
I was drinking Fireball. I missed that.
He came out and he's like, "How about the defense before we do any question, before we give any credit? Let's give the defense a credit." And big smile. Drake May's the starter. They kind of got this vibe around them. They're just a couple players away from maybe kind of turning that team into somebody who can please compete with the Buffalo Bills in the AFC East. So tough Tuesdays and surprise Tuesdays there here on 96.5 The Fan of Fescoe and Dusty. Coming up on the other side, we get back into what we have to ask yourself. Which two teams do you hate more and why? 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Fescoe and Dusty.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you, my friends over at Manning Roofing do an unbelievable job putting that new roof on your house. And I know from firsthand experience. And there's a number of reasons why they do an excellent job. Number one is because people like working for Manning Roofing. I've had the opportunity to hang out with their employees, and every time I go to their office or see them on a golf course supporting a nonprofit event in town, their workers are happy. They're excited to be there. They love working for Manning Roofing. And the guys and gals that are on your roof putting on that new roof, most of those crews have been together for 5 years. So you got guys and gals that love working working at a place, and it shows in their work. That's why we trusted our roof to the folks over at Manning Roofing. Another reason you should trust Manning Roofing is because they are a true general contractor, and that makes all the difference in the world. They're just not a roofer. They can do other things as well. And if you have a storm-damaged house, you know your siding may be banged up, your gutters may be broken, your windows may be knocked out, Manning can fix all of that because they are a true general contractor. And Manning also understands the insurance game as well. If you've had a roof put on your house, you know you have to kind of go through the insurance company. Well, Manning has done thousands of jobs here in Kansas City, and they've never once been rejected by the insurance company. So you need to set up an appointment today at manninggc.com or just give them a call, 816-448-8208. That's 816-448-8208 or at manninggc.com. Manning is my one-stop shop for roofs, gutters, siding, and windows. The choice is simple. It's Manning Roofing.
When it comes to beef, nothing tops world-class highly marbled Wagyu. Booth Creek Wagyu's Overland Park Meat Market is ready to elevate your beef. Their farm-to-fork commitment brings this intensely rich and flavorful beef from the tall grass prairies north of Manhattan, Kansas, directly to your table. Stop into the store to see what our customers are calling the jewelry store of beef and taste the difference. Our in-store experts are sampling freshly seared Wagyu 7 days a week. Located in the shops at Deer Creek Woods at 135th and Metcalf.
Tune in this week to Kickoff with Boomer and Valenti, where they break down all the headlines in the NFL. Presented by T-Mobile. Head to T-Mobile.com and get a great deal on the iPhone 16 Pro.
Lovebirds, you're in for a treat. With your holiday proposal just around the corner, Shane Company is here to help you create your dream engagement ring. This is your moment. Let's make it magical. Through 4 generations as a family business, we've helped tons of couples find a beautiful engagement ring for a price that works with their budget. We've always sourced diamonds directly, cut out the middleman, and passed the savings on to you. At Shane Company, we have the widest selection of ring settings and center stones, in stock and ready to compare side by side. It's so easy. Choose a look that brings your vision to life. From classic styles to modern designs, we have them all. Then pick out a natural or lab-grown diamond, a sapphire in your favorite color, or a vibrant gemstone like ruby or amethyst. With our everyday competitive prices and free lifetime warranty, your forever after is safe with us. Visit shaneco.com and come see us in store. We've got your dream ring and fine jewelry gifts for everyone on your list. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
You could be on the 50 at GEHA Field for the official coin toss at a Chiefs home game this season. Enter to win at Chiefs.com/GEHA. GEHA is the proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Football and barbecue fans, score big with Johnny's Barbecue tailgate packages. Whether you're hosting a home gate or a tailgate, Johnny's Barbecue has you covered. Check out our tailgate packages at johnny'sbbqkc.com. Located in Olathe and serving all of KC. Johnny's Barbecue. Taste the smoke.
Chiefs coverage on 96.5 The Fan is brought to you by award-winning Johnny's Barbecue in Olathe.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Metro Ford online at kcmetroford.com. On the Kansas side, 35 southbound, really heavy already. You're slow from before 635 down to Shawnee Mission Parkway with an accident blocking 2 left lanes. It's also impacting 635 southbound from Gibbs. At Metro Ford, family owned and operated means the same trusted faces every visit. Just 10 minutes from downtown. Plus, get peace of mind with our 5-year, 200,000-mile pre-owned warranty, including roadside assistance and emergency trip interruption, only at Metro Ford. Online at kcmetroford.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Cody and Gold, weekdays starting at 10 on Kansas City's FM sports station. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Back here on 96.5 The Fan. Dusty Likens with you, Bob Fescoe. Don't forget, you can check us out on the live stream, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't care. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I don't want to skip Bob's favorite day of the week. Happy Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, Toe Tuesday, whatever the heck goes on at the Fescoe household. It's a great day. Mac Morey with you as well. Who do you think this town hates more, Buffalo or Cincinnati?
I hate Cincinnati more.
Bias. I mean, do you think Cincinnati's been more relevant because they talk a bunch of garbage, or do you think they've been the better team?
They have not been the better team, but they do talk more garbage, and they actually beat us when it mattered. I'll tell you, this Buffalo team has won the last 3 regular season games.
That's right.
The Chiefs have won the last 3 postseason games. The regular season games don't matter. It's the postseason games that do matter, and the Chiefs have had Buffalo's number when it matters the most. Now, Cincinnati, I know it's been kind of ancient history now since the Bengals came in here, but it's still the only quarterback that's left in NFL history right now, besides Tom Brady, who's on TV and owning a football team, that's been able to beat Patrick Mahomes in the postseason. So for me, it'll be Cincinnati. I don't like the Cincinnati Bengal fans. My friend Jimmy Gaffney, local celebrity, is a big Bills fan. I like him a lot. And so, there are just certain things that weigh in. And after going to the Chiefs-Bengals game and having guys talk smack to my 14-year-old daughter, I'm out on Cincinnati.
Dan's got to see the Bulldog. I think I know the answer. I think it's one of those like torn fandoms. It's kind of like similar to the same thing when you ask who do you hate more, Denver, the Raiders, or the Chargers. You'll have your reasons why, right? Like Denver, Denver you don't hate because, well, at least I hate them because my entire childhood they just beat us. Like I just didn't like them. John Elway, Neil Smith went over there. The Rat Shanahan, I never liked seeing him over there. And then the Raiders just weren't really relevant in my life.
They really weren't. So it's hard to hate a team that hasn't been really relevant.
And then the Chargers I hated because LaDainian Tomlinson would go on to take over Priest Holmes' touchdown record.
He did do that, and that did suck.
And then, literally, the year later.
Yeah.
And then...
There wasn't Sean Alexander in that mix for a while, too?
Oh, yeah. Those 90s running backs there. And then Phillip Rivers comes along. But it was more so I didn't like them because they wwere annoying. And... I think Cincy is that sort of aspect. And to me, they remind me of the kid, maybe on the playground or in the gym or something like that just doesn't shut his mouth because he knows that it's a big flex for them to do that because they know that sort of thing. And I think we all have this in our friend group. Excuse me. We all have this in I'm good. We all have this in our friend group or, somewhere around when we grew up or something. There was always that kid that was good, but wasn't as good as everybody else. But for some reason, the way that he was able to push buttons was effective.
Yeah, sure.
And that's Cincinnati, right?
Yes. Yes. They are a button pusher.
That's
There's
right.
no doubt about it. Yes.
They know how to say it, what to say. And the other thing they have is the one piece of clout that they can hold on to is that they are one of only 3 people to have done it to the Chiefs when it mattered. Tom Brady beat them with the Patriots, Tom Brady beat them with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Joe Burrow and Cincinnati beat the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes again, 15-3 in the playoffs.
Do you count Tom Brady and the Patriots and the Bucs as 2 different people?
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, that's just, it is what it is.
It is what
right?
it is, right? Yes.
And so those 3 teams, I guess you could say, or those 3 different instances, Cincinnati has that. So when the Chiefs or, the kid on the playground loses the one-on-one game, but normally 9 out of 10 times wins, that kid will always be like, yeah, well, I still beat you. You can't do that. And it gets in your head.
Yeah, it does.
Buffalo, to me, should be the team that you don't like because they're the closest thing to you.
Right.
They play good defense. I think their quarterback is the next best quarterback in the league. If Patrick Mahomes is in the penthouse suite by himself, I think the next floor down is empty. I don't think there's anybody in that room.
Yeah.
Then I think it's Josh Allen, Burrow, and that room is filled with those guys. Maybe Herbert gets the conversation the way he's played this year.
I think I would go with Burrow though in that group.
I wouldn't.
It's a tough question. I never really thought about who would be second best, but to me, Joe Burrow has just got that killer instinct.
Put Joe Burrow on Buffalo. Is he just as good as Josh Allen?
how are you utilizing him, though? Because Josh Allen and Joe Burrow, I think, are different because they rely so much on Josh's legs, right?
Yeah.
They don't really rely on Joe Burrow's legs a lot in Cincinnati. The big part of that game in Buffalo is Josh Allen running the football. So I don't know the answer to that question because they're two different styles of quarterbacks.
I just think Josh Allen is, if I were to go to a video game and make a quarterback, Josh Allen would be the quarterback that I would mold.
Well, he's
got speed, he's big, he's strong, massive arm, good football IQ. Like, Burrow's got a good arm. It ain't Allen's. Burrow's got good, he doesn't have good wheels. Josh Allen does.
Sure.
Josh Allen's big. He's that guy.
But Burrow has that it factor that Patrick Mahomes has, and I think that is something to me that supersedes everything else. Like, you can be great as an athlete, right?
Yeah.
And do great things as an athlete. But if you don't have that it factor and the ability to win when it matters the most, like, that's why I always go back to Derek Jeter. Not the best athlete, not the best shortstop on his team, but by God, that dude knew how to win.
And to be fair, the one time Burrow beat Mahomes in the playoffs, Mahomes fell down 2 pegs of his normal self, whereas Josh Allen against Mahomes has been good. Like, if you look at that game last year, Josh Allen's good. The one that was 13 seconds, Josh Allen's greatest game he's ever had.
Probably.
Lived up to that. It's just unfortunately, like, Josh Allen has always gotten Mahomes' best, and that's unfortunate for him because that's why Patrick Mahomes is that much better.
But Buffalo always looks at this game as their Super Bowl, right? And this is a big game for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I don't know if they're doing that anymore.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I think they're a little bit more mature than Cincinnati is. Cincinnati, yes.
Yeah.
Buffalo, I think Buffalo knows the deal because, like I said, Buffalo's been hurt so much in the playoffs by the Chiefs.
Oh, God, yes.
They know what the goal is. Like, they've done enough of them. Like you said, 3 regular season wins in a row. It's gotten them nothing.
Nothing.
They got their first home game against the Chiefs last year. They lose. But I also kind of think we all kind of like Josh Allen too, which kind of patches it up a little bit better with Buffalo instead of Cincinnati. So I would say the majority of the league or of the fan base would say they hate Cincinnati more than they hate Buffalo because I think that they at least respect Buffalo because Buffalo's quiet. They've beaten you the last 3 years, and maybe some people didn't even know that until you said it because Buffalo doesn't flaunt it. They know what matters is the playoffs. Cincinnati's done it once, and they act like it happened yesterday.
Yeah,
to this day, and it happened 3 years ago.
And the Chiefs have beaten them 3 times since the Bengals beat them. But I also look at Buffalo and Kansas City kind of in the same lens, right? Like, Buffalo is that city that hadn't won a championship in 1,000 years. We hadn't won a championship in 1,000 years. Finally got our championship. Our fan bases are very similar. We love to party and tailgate and jump through fire and all that kind of stuff, right? Like, so I think the fan bases are a lot more similar in Buffalo in Kansas City than we are in Cincinnati. I don't look at either fan base as fighting a war with each other. The Bengal fans come here, it's a war. Like, you want to fight the Bengal fans. I don't want to really fight Buffalo fans, but Bengal fans, I'm ready to go toe-to-toe with because they don't know that they're still below the Kansas City Chiefs, right? They don't know that they're underneath the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, they think that they've arrived, and they haven't arrived, but they believe that they've arrived. Right. Buffalo fans kind of walk around and respect Kansas City, and Kansas City, I think, respects Buffalo, and there's something to be said about that. Like, you can have a rivalry, and the best rivalries are at the end where you look at that other fan and go, hell of a game, you shake hands, and you move on, right? And you do that with Buffalo. Yes. You don't do that with Cincinnati. You don't do that with Missouri.
Well, I think deep down you look at the Bills fans and you go, yeah, there's only one guy who's even sniffing number 15. That's number 17. That's Josh Allen. It's just as simple as that. Yeah. Joe Burrow's never thrown a touchdown pass in the fourth quarter of a playoff game, ever. And it's not that his team hasn't needed it. They have. He's lost multiple playoff games, and he has not been able to get it done. That never happens with Josh Allen. I would say also, you talk about fans kind of knowing their place. I think that's the case with Bills fans more than it is with Cincinnati fans. They know that the Chiefs are the Mecca and that they're going to have to win to overtake that place. And the Bengals, talk about an overrated team. I mean, that Super Bowl run, they barely beat a Ryan Tannehill-led Tennessee Titans who threw 3 interceptions.
Then they beat the Raiders, didn't they, or something?
They barely beat the Derek Carr Raiders that came down to a bad no call at the end. Yeah, and then Mahomes has his worst,
Chiefs barely beat the Broncos the other day.
Yeah, I know, but playoffs, just very rarely does it happen 3 times in a row where you just see a team kind of get lucky. I think the Bengals, by far.
And then what's the little stat you put in there?
Oh, yeah, this game will mark just the 5th game since the 1970 merger featuring 2 teams with 8 or more wins prior to Week 11.
What?
I know.
That's nuts.
Isn't that weird?
I can't believe there's been 5 games. Like, Fifth game since 1970 merger featuring 2 teams with 8 wins.
Seems
prior.
so low.
That's great. I know. I think it's more.
Right? I would have taken the over, no question, in something like that, right?
I mean, that's tough to have 2 teams with only, 1, maybe 2 losses playing each other
This
in
late
week
in the
11?
year.
Week 11?
But also, too, Dusty, you and I were talking in the break. We're talking about teams with 3 wins in the middle of November, and people are saying they're still alive for the playoffs. Jets and Dolphins.
Yeah. We'll bring up a question on the other side. Plus, we'll get back into Bob's stadium update. If you missed it, he'll give you another update. And Danon Hughes in about 10 minutes. So stick here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
What the hell's wrong with your station?
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're waking up with some joint pain this morning, my friends over at QC Kinetics want to help. Does it hurt when you do even the most routine physical activity? Have they told you it's time for knee or hip replacement surgery? If that's the case, you need to stop what you're doing and listen, because you deserve a life of comfort and ease with no surgery and no meds. And QC Kinetics can get you there. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative cellular treatments for joint pain. It's an all-natural approach that harnesses your own body's healing properties to treat the root cause of your arthritis pain. And everybody's talking about this now. It's so cutting edge. The protocols developed by QC Kinetics are life-changing for so many people. Tens of thousands of people nationwide are getting that relief because of QC Kinetics. And you can have real lasting relief from chronic joint pain without drugs, without surgery, and without downtime. Discover your options with advanced regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics. The consultation is absolutely free. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299.
Get a brand new home without moving with Thermo King windows? What is this sorcery? Is there a catch? Of course there is. You already know that Thermo King sells energy-efficient triple glass replacement windows that can save you money on your energy bills. But did you know they also install James Hardy siding and beautiful entry doors as well? So you can make that tired old exterior of your home look brand new with replacement windows, siding, and a new entryway door from Thermo King. Your home will look so good, it could attract tens of thousands of followers on its own Instagram and TikTok pages. Plus, Thermo King offers significant savings when you replace any 2 of these items. Replace all 3? Look out! Thermo King will practically be paying you by the time it's done. So why move? Get a brand new looking home with Thermo King. Call 888-KING-WIN or online at thermokingwindows.com.
Thermo King Windows.
You hear that? That's the sound of another year counting down. Another year missing your revenue goal. Another year wondering why your marketing isn't more effective. Another year worried about next year. The clock is ticking, but you still have time. Time to contact the experts at Scale Marketing. Scale Marketing is a full-service marketing agency who is expert in lead generation and revenue growth. How expert? Our clients see an average of 20% growth in the first year alone, with sustained growth from there. It's all part of our process. From your traditional marketing to social media to paid search, we'll take a forensic approach, digging deep to find the root problems in your marketing strategy. Then we'll fix them fast. At Scale Marketing, we can't stop the clock, but we can change your company's future. Find out how you can make your marketing budget work harder and drive more revenue. Contact us at scalemarketing.com. That's scalemarketing.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Jenna Fisher.
And I'm Angela Kinsey.
And together we have the podcast Office Ladies.
Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere.
Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode.
So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Want to keep your gas-powered engines running like new? Stable's proprietary formulas are proven by third-party testing to outperform the competition in keeping fuel fresh, preventing corrosion, and cleaning the entire fuel system. With Stable, you can have confidence you are doing the right thing for your engine's long-term health. Just pour into your gas can or fuel tank, then top off with fresh fuel. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable. Available where fuel additives are sold.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side 35 southbound heavy from before 635 and stays very slow down to Shawnee Mission Parkway with an accident blocking 2 left lanes. Missouri side 470 westbound, you hit delays around 350 and stays heavy out past Raytown Road with an accident in the left lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic. Right back here on 96.5 The Fan. Bob Fescoe, Mac Morey, Dusty Likens with you to give you relevance of that stat we referenced just on the other side. This game will mark just the 5th time since 1970's merger, featuring 2 teams with 8+ wins prior to Week 11. So, of course, I find the tweet that Mac found it at. 2013, Chiefs-Broncos. 2018.
I remember that game.
2018, Chiefs-Rams.
I remember that game.
2024, you'll remember this one, Chiefs-Bills.
I remember that game as well. So 4 of the 5 since 1970 are Andy Reid Chiefs teams.
Oh yeah,
this will be the this will be the
third of the 5th. The other 2 were like 1978 Steelers Rams, 77 Colts Broncos, and the other ones were 13 Chiefs Broncos, which that's Andy.
Yep.
18 Chiefs Rams, that's Andy. And then 2024 Chiefs Bills.
So 3 of the this is this the 6th one or the 5th?
This is the 5th one.
This is the 5th one. That's
so
wild.
3 of the 5.
3 of the 5. 3/5 of them are Andy Reid coach Chiefs teams. Right.
That 18 Chiefs Rams game, that was the 54-51, one of the greatest games you'll ever watch in
football. It was fantastic. I mean, I know we came out on the losing end of that thing, but if you weren't entertained by that game, I don't know what you're looking for, because that was outstanding. And then that one up in Denver, that was a big one because that was the first year of Andy Reid. They started 9-0. It was a place we could never win, and I'll never forget going to Denver and being there for that game. And it was like Peyton Manning would get the ball out so fast before Tomba would even be able to get off the line of scrimmage, and that's how they beat the Chiefs that day. They were smart. They outcoached the Chiefs in that football game, and I had Peyton Manning as well, and we had Alex Smith, but still, I mean, they were 9-0 at that point in time, and I thought that was going to be the time we finally broke through. Happened a couple of years later with a left-handed pass, take care of business.
So Chiefs Blitz on Twitter mentioned you last night.
Oh, yeah?
It says there will be some developments tomorrow morning regarding the Chiefs' future in Jackson County. We could be finding out if the organization is relocating across state lines per at Bob Fescoe. So per at Bob Fescoe, the floor is yours.
Thank you, per at Dusty Likens. I appreciate it. Follow Dusty. Mac's trying to get 1,000 Twitter followers. You can follow him at Tennessee Lightning on Twitter.
That's his stripper name.
Oh, is that your? I wasn't supposed to say that.
Come on.
Here comes the bull.
We talked about it the other night. I thought you said it was okay to go with that.
Jeez, dude. I wasn't ready to launch that.
Such a growing boy.
It's going to hard launch it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I had a couple of conversations over the last few days with a few sources on this, and here's what I'm hearing right now about the stadium. Again, I'm just a messenger. You want to take it however you want to take it. I don't care.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Right, exactly. Because I know people like, oh my God, people freak out about this
Sources.
kind of stuff. Right, yeah. The Royals are, from what I'm told, are in real and advanced discussions with the state of Kansas to potentially build their new stadium in Johnson County. And what we're looking at, I've heard 2 sites, like specific sites. I've heard there may be a 3rd site in Johnson County. I don't know potentially where that is, but the 2 sites that I'm hearing a lot about now, and the chatter is loud. The first one, 119th and Knoll, your street that you've been dying to live on for the last 10 years.
Cheese blanket.
Oh, it is. Yeah, Knoll will wrap you up and treat you well, right? So 119th and Knoll on the old Sprint campus there. And why that spot is intriguing for a number of reasons. Number one, Johnson County is where the season ticket base is. 55% of the season ticket holders are in Johnson County, Kansas. So you go out to where your people are. Number two, it's a big swatch of land right there at 119th and all that really has not been developed. You have, some stuff that's going in right there right now. You have the J that is right there, and then you have the old Sprint campus. And so there's that corner at 119th and Knoll, which would be, if I'm looking at it, the northwest corner of that intersection. There's a lot of land in there, right? And Spira, whoever the hell it is that owns the Sprint campus now, I can't pronounce their name properly, obviously, they're looking to peel off. They've already sold some of the outlying land around that, and there is some development going on further north, like at 116th and Knoll, just on the other side of the property line from the J. I think they're building some apartment complexes. I'm told there's going to be some kind of race thing going on, and the new apartment complexes are going to have pickleball on the roof and all kinds of crazy stuff.
What if it goes off the roof?
Well, then you go chase it, I guess.
That
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how that works. But maybe they put up a net. I never thought about that. Like, hey, you may be right about that. I don't know. But so, yeah. Hey, throw my ball up.
Toss it up, kid.
Yeah, right.
It's hard. It's got holes in it.
I remember climbing on the roof as a kid at the school to get our balls off, right?
Yeah.
We had to go up to the roof and get our balls off the roof and whatnot. And, we did what we had to do.
Climb to the roof like Leo Chanel on the parade bus?
Because they had you take like railroad tie pillars.
Sure.
And then there was the big walk-in freezer that had this little hose that hung out because it dripped, and so you would prop yourself up, get on top of the cooler, and then you'd find yourself on top of the roof. It was pretty simple.
We used to try to kick home runs on the roof of kickball, and then the teachers made a rule that's an automatic out. So then we just stopped.
Then you stopped doing it, which is smart by the teachers.
Janitor John had to go up there and get the ball. So
Janitor Chet had to go up there, and he didn't like that so much. So anyway, we figured out, because we play there on the weekends. School was across the street, was where we played all the time. So if the ball went up on the weekend, you're like, okay, I got to figure out a way to get up there. You figured it out, right?
So stadium location 1, 119th and Knoll.
Yeah, 119th and Knoll. And the interesting part about that is obviously it's got development there already, but there's enough area to be developed. And there are 5 existing parking garages that I look at every day through the window of the J when I'm out there working out. I'm like, God, these parking garages haven't been used in ever, maybe. I think the Sprint campus was kind of outdated when it first opened. So you've got 5 parking structures that are already there. You're there by your people, if you will, your season ticket holders, and it gives you the opportunity to kind of develop that land. I've also heard somewhere inside the 435 loop around Antioch, I know there's a lot of development kind of going on there right now, and then I've been told there may be a 3rd location, in Johnson County as well. So that's what I'm hearing on the baseball side of things. The football side of things is still kind of interesting because the Chiefs could relocate their stadium and practice facility to Wyandotte County, or they could just relocate their practice facility to Wyandotte County, which they will turn into a tourist attraction, which is what Dallas is doing, Minnesota is doing. The training facilities have become tourist attractions, hotels and restaurants, and they host the high school games and all that kind of stuff. And small college games as well are being played at these practice facilities now. They are becoming these mega kind of like development areas for a lot of NFL teams. So I think the Chiefs want in on that. They could move their stadium to Wyandotte County, or they could keep it in Missouri. The problem with Missouri right now is there's a lot of people with their hands out. The minor league baseball team in Springfield wants a new stadium. Missouri wants a new football money kicked in for their stadium. The Blues are going to want some money now, and that Cardinal Stadium's 20 years old already. So you're going to have a lot of stadiums in the state of Missouri that are going to be looking for public money as well. And so they're going to go where the best deal is. These are businessmen we're talking about, right? So if the best deal ends up being in Kansas, then everybody's going to run to the Kansas side of the state line. If the best deal ends up being in Missouri, they're going to end up in Missouri. But after having a couple of conversations beginning over the weekend and then into yesterday, it looks like they're in deep talks with Johnson County about potentially relocating that stadium for the Royals to Johnson County, Kansas.
hear them on game days in the booth.
Quickly, they get chunky and funky with stretching the fields vertically.
And Thursday nights at 6 during Players Only.
Spitfire, hot fire take.
Here's Chiefs Radio Network color analyst Danon Hughes on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
That's right, Danon Hughes, the coolest guy you'll ever see smoking a cigar, is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. Discover the benefits of Blue. Well, Danon, it's okay to survive and advance in the NFL, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's all about winning, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy undefeated for another week. I guess is this a day or a week? Should we call it happy undefeated for another week? Day.
How
about that?
Sure.
Yeah.
However you want to phrase it. It is technically a weekday, too. It is a Tuesday. So walk us through how you took that all in, because we heard your laugh, by the way.
Your laugh was fantastic.
It's great, man. It's like every week, man, you do this job and you see something different. But maybe walk us through that walk-off field goal block by Leo Chenal on Sunday against the Broncos.
So let me make clear, first and foremost, I am probably the most entertained person in the stadium. I know the energy and the emotions, the ebbs and flows of a game, but I love the game of football. I love the game of baseball even more, but I love the game of football, but I am truly entertained by the game. And the entertainment value can bring me to a height of anger when you see a team stomp on the logo or disrespect our stadium or anything like that. But then there's also the component of laughter, because I am entertained. So if something cool happens, you might get a laugh out of me. You might get a chuckle. And so just seeing the Donkeys kind of wet the bed again is very entertaining to me. So I have to laugh in the background, and Mitch is, doing an outstanding job. He's the best in the business of bringing the energy. It's not manufactured. It's right off the cuff. It's not like the sayings that he has. I think some people might think, he has this list of sayings written down that he's just going to read from. Everything he does is pretty much off the cuff. So when you add those two components together of actual entertainment on the field and something funny that happens, plus Mitch and his energy, that's where you generate, for me, that's where you get the chuckles behind the scene and the laughter, because I can't say anything yet because he's still doing his epic, voice of the Chiefs kind of call of the moment. So the only thing I can do is just kind of laugh. And so I get a lot of tweets, a lot of text messages from people that are entertained by my giggle in the background, which I think is kind of cool.
I think, Danon, though, when you lose the ability to still be entertained by something, that's when you need to walk away, because the Chiefs are as entertaining as it gets. And like they say, were you not entertained by what went on there on Sunday? I still don't have my voice back because that's how entertained I was on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't get it, like with the fans or any fans that are out there. Granted, obviously the Bronco fans would not be as entertained as we would be, but the fans that get to the level of anger,
right?
Like I don't understand that. It's not, I'm not trying to slap them in the face, because we love all the fans that support and pay money and so on, but the fans that scream expletives at players as they walk off the field, or throw stuff at college kids like you saw at Texas Tech versus Colorado. Like, how do you get to that point where it is no longer entertaining? Like, you have utilized your resources, you've worked extra jobs, you've done whatever you needed to do to be able to buy some pretty expensive tickets, and then you go to the game and the emotions that you show aren't joy or aren't happy unless everything goes right. Like, unless everything goes right and the team wins, that's the only thing that you are entertained about and you enjoy about the game. When, like, there are aspects of the game where I'm just like, this is hilarious. This is great. This is like must-see TV. I can't wait to get home to see the highlights of that specific play, regardless of how the game ends. So, like, I'm glad that I'm still in that kind of kid mode of enjoying and being entertained by sports, and hopefully I'll never get to the point of, the person that throws something at the TV at home or, throws stuff on the field or, cusses players out as they walk off the field and disrespects people in their face and so on. So,
Danon, obviously the three phases of the game contribute throughout the entire season. I saw something this morning where somebody was breaking down number 54 for the Broncos on their special teams line, right? Just getting blown up every time they played against them. And it's like, 1 week it's Spags, right? Or many weeks it's Spags. And then 1 week it's like, oh, man, Andy and Matt, they kind of had their thing going this week on the offense side. This week goes to Dave Tobe, man. He obviously had seen video, and they never kicked a field goal game. So I'm here to say, hot take, hot fire, spitfire. I'm here to say that if they'd have kicked a field goal at any point in the game, there's a chance it was going to get blocked. It just so happened the timing was impeccable that it was the field goal to win the game. Because, look, man, that dude got blown up by Chanel, Karloftis, and everybody that was involved. And the kick is blocked. It looked like the special teams head coach did his homework.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to give praise to Dave Tobe. I get a chance to interview him before every game.
Lucky.
And we talk about the third phase of the game, and a lot of times, and you guys have heard me speak about this, people think that because at the Pop Warner level, the high school level, even sometimes at college, that it's the cast-offs that are playing special teams, that it's the kids that are not good enough on offense or defense. Let's just put them on special teams. And that's not the case in the NFL. And the coaching job is so important from a special team standpoint because you have to get a bunch of people, and we're talking about the NFL here, you have to get a bunch of people to buy into a phase of the game that they may not have played in 4 years because they were studs on offense and defense in college that got them to the point of being drafted or signed to an NFL team for their prowess on offense and defense. Now, coming in, I believe I'm as good a receiver as anybody that's playing. I believe I'm as good a defensive back as anybody that's starting. I believe that I'm as good a linebacker as anybody. I just need my opportunity. But in the meantime, there has to be a coach that instills in me that this third phase that I probably never played much in my life before, that I have to have an equal contribution, equal buy-in to play in the third phase. So, yeah, you can have a bunch of athletes on the field, and we've seen teams that have had some negative plays on special teams. How did they execute that fake? How did they execute this blown up play? How did they allow this to happen against them? And yet, Dave Tobe, whether you go back to fake punts last year with Tommy Townsend, and you go back to the kickoff returns and the snuffed out fake punt when we were down by 24 to the Houston Texans in the playoffs. I mean, you go on and on throughout time, and you realize how much of a gem it is to have Dave Tobe as a special teams coach and how he has infiltrated the entire team to make it important for a starting linebacker to understand that his position, his leverage, his effort and energy contributed to a Super Bowl win by blocking an extra point, and now contributed to this team staying undefeated by blocking a field goal. That buy-in makes Dave Tobe one of the most valuable components of this Chiefs organization.
It's very reminiscent on a play like that of the ability that the Royals had in 2015 to score from first base on the looper that Hosmer had to right field. Like, you didn't do that because, well, you just got lucky. You prepared for all of that kind of stuff. And I think Dave Tobe kind of falls into that category that we saw with Rusty back in the day. Those guys were prepared. If that situation presented itself, they knew exactly what to do. And I hate to be this arrogant ass, Danon, but I will be an arrogant ass for this one. We're just better at everything than your team is, including coaching, including special teams, including draft. Like, we're better at everything than your team is better at.
And you know what? How demoralizing is that? I've always talked about that on any team, you go back to the 90s, and this is what I felt when I was playing, that any team that came into Arrowhead Stadium, they were already down 7-0 before we even started the game because of the fans, because of the atmosphere, because of that home field advantage that we had. Now you add the component of coaching. And I was watching ESPN earlier and yesterday, and now we got the start of Coach of the Year, and people are saying Mike Tomlin, and people are saying Dan Quinn, and I'm like, how in the heck does Andy Reid keep getting overlooked as a potential Coach of the Year? Like, they're not even saying his name right now, and we're the only undefeated team in the NFL. So when you add the component of we're better than you at every phase of the game, and we're undefeated, and now we're like there's still some slight disrespect in regards to you're still not going to acknowledge that Andy Reid, who's assembled this coaching staff, that has assembled this team, that is not just about the superstar players of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Chris Jones, that it's about a complete team effort, which should add more flowers and garner more respect to Andy Reid for keeping this coaching staff together when I'm sure, just like some of the players, after you win 2 straight Super Bowls, they probably could have gone on elsewhere and maybe made some more money and maybe got a higher position, but they bought in to Andy Reid and what we're doing here and what we're trying to accomplish in history. And all of that shouldn't put him at the top of the list as Coach of the Year. To me, it's ridiculous, but it just shows that there's still more work to do for our Chiefs, and we're still going to continue to be the best organization, the best coaching staff, the best players, and we're looking forward to this final run to get to that Super Bowl. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That's probably going to be my hot fire, spitfire take. You made me put it out there now on Tuesday morning. Now I got to figure out something else for players only on Thursday. But Andy Reid, the disrespect is ridiculous.
It is, man. That's why I put $5 on him on September 4th to win Coach of the Year for a $255 payout. Let's go.
There you go.
Danon, to put a smile on your face, the leaders in the locker room right now going for Coach of the Year, Mike Tomlin and Andy Reid, both at the top at plus 400. Dan Campbell at plus 450 right behind him. So Vegas is giving him some sort of a shot. Maybe they'll get some recognition and give him his second honor since the first one since 2007. Danon, players only Thursday night, right? 6 o'clock?
Yes, sir. We'll be back in the booth and hanging out, having some fun. I'm not sure who's going to be my guest, if there'll be a guest, but we've been living pretty strongly the last couple of weeks with no guests, but we've getting some really, really strong text messages and callers, so we might have to live that way too. So nevertheless, it'll be a fun night. So yes, players only Thursday night, 6 to 7 p.m.
All right, man. Enjoy the classic, the Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes show on Sunday at 3:25.
Yeah, it should be a blast.
Danon Hughes there, brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. Discover the benefits of blue. Coming up on the other side, it's an end of an era and what it means to us as we go down memory lane and where Mac loves to spend his birthdays. Bob Fescoe, Dusty Likens. This is 96.5 The Van. Mac Morey as well on your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes content from the show. Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what, my friend Dawn Sharp is really awesome when it comes to the real estate business. You're not going to find anybody better out there than Dawn Sharp and her team. And when the Sharp Home team does their job well, all you have to do is pack. The Sharp Homes team, led by Dawn Sharp, is known for their courteous professionalism and unwavering commitment to their clients. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or a seasoned homeowner, Team Sharp's agents are patient, attentive, and dedicated to guiding you through the complexities of the home search process. They cut the often overwhelming steps and streamline every detail, ensuring clients find the peaceful home that they're searching for. Like one client, a soldier and veteran, said, "I can't help but salute their efforts with a heartfelt hoorah for a job well done by an alpha team in real estate." And that's what Dawn Sharp is all about. The Sharp Homes team can give you so many different options. If you want to skip the showings and open houses and go straight to sold, well, contact them to discuss their instant offer program. In fact, contact the only agent I would trust if I needed to sell my home. It's Dawn Sharp with the Sharp Homes team, brokered by Epic Realty. You can Google them, Sharp Homes team, and check out their over 200 5-star Google and Zillow reviews, or just visit them at homesforsaleinkc.com. That's homesforsaleinkc.com, and start packing.
Bowling Warehouse is taking over KC with a mashup of football, bowling, drinks, and fun. And with 3 15-foot televisions in the hottest bar in town, there's absolutely no better place for watch parties, get-togethers, and happy hours. And what could be better than splashing down pins at your next business event or private party? Plus, Fulling Warehouse KC is convenient for everyone off 435 and State Line. Whether it's a fun night out or a way for your organization to unwind, make your reservation now at FullingWarehouseKC.com. It's time to full around and find out.
Men, it's the holidays, the season of all kinds of hustle and bustle. But if your energy is down, if you aren't sleeping well, if your sex drive is MIA and you just don't feel like the guy you once were, maybe it's tough to get excited for all the holiday cheer. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if this sounds like you may have low testosterone. And if so, this is the season for you to get treated. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating low T. If you're like most guys, you'll feel the change in just a few weeks. And truly, the results can be life-changing. You'll have improved mental clarity, your energy will kick up, your workouts will be better, your sleep patterns will improve, and your sex drive will likely heat up as well. So call us and don't go through another season with low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. That's heartlandmenshealth.com. Heartland Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Our favorite reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler? Free service for life with no fine print. That's right. When you buy your engagement ring or any piece of jewelry at Diamonds Direct, you will never have to pay a dime in the future for sizing, cleaning, or routine maintenance. At Diamonds Direct, there's no gotcha clause, no fine print, no looking for ways to void the warranty. Diamonds Direct, the jeweler you can trust with a no questions asked 100% free lifetime warranty with no strings attached. Come see us to learn more.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Who else does this? There's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Shop early, save big all month long during Black Friday build-up at Lowe's. Right now, get select pre-lit artificial Christmas trees starting at just $59.98. Don't wait to save. Shop these deals today, in-store or online. Because Lowe's knows deals. Discount taken at time of purchase while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
When you buy a new house, you might say,
"Shut the front door."
Winning!
No, seriously. Shut the front door. We own this house now.
But you actually need to say,
"Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there."
That's right. The local State Farm agent is there to help you choose the coverage you need.
Welcome to my crib. No one says that anymore, but I don't care.
So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois. Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-583-5795.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-583-5795. That's 800-583-5795.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
When Google Fiber first launched 1 gig internet right here in Kansas City, it cost $70. Cut to today. Over 10 years later, 1 gig internet still costs the same, $70. That's what you get with Google Fiber. Fast, reliable internet with simple, straightforward monthly billing. No data caps, no annual contracts, no hidden fees. Just a small local fee for the city on top of your flat, predictable price. Go beyond good enough. Go beyond fiber. Sign up today at fiber.google.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, 470 westbound slows around Douglas, stays pretty heavy out past 350, and then it's sluggish out towards Raytown Road, where an earlier problem has cleared. Kansas side, 35 southbound, still sluggish from 635 down to Shawnee Mission Parkway with an earlier problem that also has cleared. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night. Got that Bourbon Street steak with the Oreo shake and some whipped cream on the top two. Two straws.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
Girl, I got you. Bougie like Natty.
Who is this guy again? Carlton from Applebee's. What was this guy's name?
I don't know.
All the Joko
Walker
house
Hayes.
moms were dancing at halftime of the game, and then we ended up losing to the Bengals. It was the Applebee's guy's fault.
I don't know, but he makes me want an Oreo shake from Applebee's. That used to be the staple. I can tell you every day of my life what my order was at Applebee's.
What
back in
was
the day.
it?
Chicken strip riblet basket, fries, honey mustard, and then after I ate it all because I was a fat load, I would get a Oreo cookies and cream shake.
Those were really good.
They were so
I
good.
do remember those.
Chick-fil-A's
yeah.
is really good too. It's the closest thing to
Yes.
Applebee's is the Oreo shake from Chick-fil-A. So good.
Does Applebee's not have it anymore, Mac?
I think they brought it back because of the song.
Oh,
Yeah, I
did
think- yeah,
they?
they got it back,
Okay,
yeah.
do they? Okay, I know you go there for your birthday and all, but not
Walker
anymore because they're
Hayes.
shutting them all down here in
Dude.
Kansas City, right?
Low key, Applebee's used to have the best chicken strips in the game.
Applebee's used to be really good back in the day. They had
was
good
great.
salads back in
Neighborhood
the day. It
grill.
was neighborhood
Mac and
bar and grill. It
cheese.
had the local high school letter jacket hanging up. Like it was a really good spot to go to. But like all of these chain restaurants that are shutting down, people are like, oh my God, they're going out of business because most of them suck.
Yeah, most of them are bad.
And
Well,
people like local.
and
They
we've
like going to
advanced,
local
true.
things. You know, we've advanced our palates, right?
Right.
Chili's has like found their niche.
Their
like,
chicken crispers are
Exactly.
extremely good.
They still come with
Yeah.
corn on the cob.
Yes, they do. And I'll be honest with you, I have not been to Chili's in like 2 years.
I went a couple weeks ago when I was in Nashville. It was great.
Oh, you did? How was it? Fantastic?
Yeah, I got the triple dipper. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
A lot of times you only go to the Chili's. The Chili's at the airport. Like, that's the only time you hit the Chili's, right? Did you get the skillet queso at
of
Chili's? The
course,
skillet
of
queso
course.
is fantastic.
Let's-
Their burger's great at Chili's, too.
Let's calm down on Chili's because it's a guilty pleasure of mine because it has one of the best buffalo chicken sandwiches I've ever had.
I'm telling you, they've got
Dude,
their old
I don't know what it is,
old-timer
dude.
burger is really good.
And their chips and salsa, elite.
Yes.
Their chips and salsa is
It
made
really
in-house.
is,
It's made
yeah.
in-house. They some with the bird queso comes in a skillet pop.
Yeah.
No, their buffalo chicken sandwich at Chili's is nuts, dude.
Well, they've memed themselves too. They've become memeified. You know,
Right.
going to Chili's and the baby back ribs. Like
Well, they took the song to the new level.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
everybody, like Chili's has done a really good job for one of those casual fast chains, if you will, of kind of staying relevant and honest to God, staying good.
Yeah.
Staying really good. They're not microwaving their steaks.
But where this comes from is America doesn't innovate anymore. Okay, well then explain this from CNN's article of the first ever combined IHOP Applebee's restaurant in the United States will soon open in Texas. This is from November 7th, which was not that long ago, 5 days ago. But an Applebee's IHOP combo. I mean, I would never, but I mean,
isn't that just like a mini food court?
I mean, if I hung out in, Missouri for a couple hours and then decided to run into Texas and hit up an Applebee's IHOP thing, but it seems like this is kind of like the old school, collab.
Yeah,
Or like
yeah.
what would you coin it
Food
as? Like
court. It's like
food
the
court in
original
mall.
food court in the mall, right?
I don't think you probably did a whole lot of shopping at the Independence Center back in the days.
No.
But I actually worked there at Champ Sports.
Yeah.
And God, I could sell shoes, man.
I bet you could.
I really could, dude.
Yeah.
I was on the shoe deck every holiday. I loved it. I actually stashed a pair of Jordans for Michael Bennett, the former running back for the Chiefs. He told me he'd get me tickets. I was so excited.
Did he get you tickets?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He followed through. Okay. All right.
Nosebleed.
Yeah, but
I basically sat where Jordan Love's mom sat.
that high up.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
What year was Michael Bennett here?
I can tell you, it's like 2007.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he goes, hey man, I'm not going to be around for the Friday release of the Fives. And I was like, I have a 10.5 in the back. And he's like, do you
Right.
really? Because I knew who he was.
Right.
Because he was my Madden running back. He had like 98 speed, was fast as all hell from
Okay.
Minnesota, or he played at Minnesota, then came to the Chiefs.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, he goes, goes, all right, man, if you can give me those shoes, I'll get you some tickets to the Chiefs game when they play the Niners. They were playing the Niners that weekend.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, dude, this is my first time ever being like interacting with like an athlete. I was like, dude, for sure, I'll get you. I'll keep him in the corner.
Did he give you a little cash on the side too for helping him out?
No, he came in and he bought the shoes. You'd have thought it was a drug deal because he slid the tickets underneath. I was like, dude, they're just tickets. Like, I don't know what we're doing here. But no, man, growing up in Blue Springs, Missouri, the Independence Center, I know there's a lot of people out there, and maybe yours was the Oak Park Mall, or when you came in town here, or maybe there's something in Brooklyn and whatnot. But the Independence Center had a Applebee's in the mall.
That Independence Center Applebee's was fantastic.
It hit differently.
Yeah.
It was in the little corner right in the introduction door, and then right next to it was the Cookie Factory.
Oh,
dude.
Wow.
Dangerous. The greatest cookies you've ever. They had a Cookie Monster cookie that was a soft chocolate chip cookie folded in half, and then they filled the middle in with blue icing and 2 eyeballs.
Oh.
And then they had another deal that
that's like the Cookie Monster cookie.
Yeah. And then my buddy, he always remembers you could get a bucket, and they would just give you like 24 soft little cookies, like chocolate chip round cookies. The Cookie Factory was
the car.
great. Oh, it was so good.
The Applebee's that was in the Blue Ridge Commons, though, was probably the best Applebee's.
Really?
Because that was the last one that was left, like, in a mall. And when they tore down that Blue Ridge Commons there in Independence, like, the Applebee's was still standing. And everyone's like, where's the Applebee's going to go? Because we used to go to Applebee's a lot. There's nothing to eat by the stadium. I don't know if this is part of the reason why they may want to move to Johnson County. There's not a lot by the stadium. They've had 60 years to figure it out. So we used to always go to that Applebee's in that Blue Ridge Commons there, right there, like a couple exits down or whatever, because there was nothing to eat out there.
It was, and then across the Applebee's was a Luby's Cafe.
Oh God, Luby's.
Which I didn't know what that was, but everybody in there you had to at least have gray hair.
Yeah, I didn't experience Luby's until I went to Texas, and it was like I thought it was an all-you-can-eat. Boy, did I make a mistake! I got up to like $75. I'm like, I don't eat all this food.
But no, it was the Independence Center. Were always, you talk about great place. They had the Panda Express in the food court. They had a New York style pizza place. They had a burgers bar or a burger grill. It was called like Flamers Burgers. It was good. I don't know what it was, but every time you ordered something, that little old lady would shout out your order to where everybody in the mall knew what you got. Like,
I'm fatties rolling up in your
I'd go up there and I'd literally
3 double cheeseburgers, large fry, onion ring, root beer float, and a side of pie.
She was a little old spry little lady.
Dusty,
and I'd go
party of one.
I'd be like, yeah, can I do the? I'd be like, hey, how you doing? I was like, chicken strips, chili cheese fries, and a Coke. Chicken strip, chili cheese on the fry, and like the entire mall would hear it, and you're like, thanks.
Did they ever get your order wrong, though?
No.
See, there you
never.
go. That's exactly why. But I think for me, this is kind of a generational topic because of where we are in life. Because when I was a kid, the food court was not a thing in the mall. And then this mall called the Bridgewater Commons in Bridgewater, New Jersey opened. And oh my God, you would have thought like this was the greatest thing ever. They have a what? A food, like you go to one place and it's got all these restaurants. It was the Fat Kid Mecca. And then like all the other malls started to do that because people wanted to hang out in the food court. Back in the day, you went in, you had an Orange Julius, you had a McDonald's, maybe you had a pizza plate. They were all scattered throughout the mall. And then they combined them all into one area. And I could get pizza and egg rolls and hot dogs and soda and this and that. I mean, that you talk about the Fat Kid Mecca. So this whole Applebee's IHOP combo, I'm like, this is just the food court reincarnated in a smaller version, but it's really 2 brands I have no interest in ever eating.
Yeah. Somebody's like, Sbarro is not New York style.
No, Sbarro. That's the Michael Scott one. Yeah. I love the authentic New York style pizza.
The cookie shop is apparently still there. I'm going to have to go check that out at some point. I've been in the Independence Center in so long, it just kind of went downhill. Malls all just kind of disappeared.
They all did. Malls are just not a thing anymore, right?
Bezos.
Yeah, right. No, it's not even that. I mean, it was like when they started to build those outdoor, like the Town Center Plaza and things like
Summit
that.
Crossing and stuff like that.
Like people got out of the actual indoor mall and they went to the outdoor mall, and then obviously then Amazon came in and everybody started ordering everything online. But when we were growing up, like you went to the mall, that's where you hung out. Like you just everything was at the mall.
Oh, we used to get dropped off at the Fun Factory. Like my buddy Robert just texted me and he's like, "Do you remember the Fun Factory?" I'm like, "Dude, there was a game that I played where you just shot a water gun at a Target, and the Barbie and Ken were on jet skis, and they would come towards you.
Oh, that's funny, right?
But
Yeah.
it produced the most tickets.
Right.
So, like, your parents would shop, right, for hours, and they'd drop you off in the top level
We
corner.
just get left. See you later.
Which was Fun Factory. Man, yeah, original pizza. That's what it was. In the
Original
Independence
pizza's really good.
Oh,
yeah,
it was
the
so
one in
good,
Overland
man.
Park, it's really good.
Golly, yeah.
But and I'm a pizza snob, but original
course.
pizza's really good. I will say that the mall had everything though. It had the movie theater was in the mall.
We didn't have one of those in the
We had the movie
Across
theater,
the street.
like you had six. You had the inner and outer theaters. 6 theaters inside the mall, and then on the outside of the mall there were the outer theater. We go to the inner, and the outer. Then you had the video arcade, right? The arcade,
Fun
and all that
Factory
kind of
kind of
stuff.
thing. Yeah.
And then everybody smoked in the mall too.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody smoking. Max probably going, what? People smoking
Well,
indoors.
that's why I love going
merry-go-round.
I love going into Dillard's because it smelled like leather, perfume, and cigs. And I was like, Nana?
Now that I was just going to say that's like the woman of my dreams, right?
I'm like, where's Nana, man? But gosh, yeah, that Applebee's was so good in the corner of that Independence Center. Cookie factory right next to it. You just went right into the mall.
I remember when they opened the first Applebee's in New Jersey, and boy, you waited hours for this thing.
Wow.
Hours for Applebee's. And those dollar margaritas, I think they still have them.
Dollaritas, oh, absolutely.
Do they put any booze in those yet?
No.
Bang Bang Shrimp, that was also good. Yeah, easy, man. Yeah. Good hell. Coming up on the other side, there's a move and some things being said as Bob Fescoe will revisit some Royals awards of finalists, and Bob will give you some more information on the Royals and the Chiefs and their future here on 96.5 The Fan. It is your home for Kansas City sports.
Fescoe and Dusty. Subscribe and watch the show on YouTube by going to our channel at The Fan 965, Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Fellas, it's Dusty Likens here, and I'm here to remind you about my good friends at Heartland Men's Health. Because I know, you know, we all know it's the holiday season. We're getting ready to eat a little bit more. We're going to relax a little bit more. It's going to get colder. You're not going to want to be as active. Well, hey, if you suffer from erectile dysfunction or you suffer from low T or maybe weight loss is something that you're also struggling with and this time of the year doesn't make it easy for you, guess who does? My friends at Heartland Men's Health. Their treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. Go schedule and consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99, and it includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if the medically advised test dose doesn't work, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and you will see the results quickly. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas, Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and their new office in North Kansas City. So call them today. Tell them Dusty Likens sent you, and call them at 844-447-6600 or visit them at heartlandmenshealth.com.
Attention veterans and active military. Overhead Door Company of Kansas City is doubling their usual veterans discount on all products and services in November. This means veterans and active military get 10% off all month at Overhead Door Company of Kansas City. Choose a new garage door opener, or any service or repair and save 10%. Schedule a free in-home estimate for your new garage door, or schedule your annual garage door tune-up before winter really sets in. Schedule online at overheaddoorkc.com. or call 816-221-0072.
The NBA is back, and FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, wants you to catch all the action. Because right now, FanDuel is giving all users 3 months of NBA League Pass. All you have to do to catch every tip-off and buzzer beater is place any $5 bet on the NBA. I'm really excited to see if the Knicks can back up what they did a season ago. And even the MVP market, where Luka's the favorite at plus 330. If you're new to FanDuel, just visit FanDuel.com/Alex to get 3 months of NBA League Pass courtesy of FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA and 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. After a 3-month free trial, the full price of League Pass will automatically be charged monthly. Cancel anytime. No refunds. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Limit 1 pass per customer. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering an online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com.
I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs. Everyone develops cataracts naturally as they get older. When your vision is affected by cataracts, you should see my doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein at Silverstein Eye Centers. Dr. Silverstein is a world-renowned cataract surgeon who performs life-changing laser-assisted cataract surgery with premium lens implants to correct your vision up close and far away. Trust my eye doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein, Silverstein Eye Centers, 816-358-3600 to schedule an appointment.
Today, expect sunny conditions with a high of 62.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Your local Staples store has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. Save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow Service. Missouri side 29 southbound, pretty slow from Armour down across the Bond Bridge, and then sluggish to the downtown. Earlier problem at the Paseo exit has cleared. Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident, call Jay's Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all, so be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
You can listen to the play-by-play of the Chiefs and Bills game with Mitch, Danon, and Kling right here on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Jumping right back into it on 8 o'clock on a Tuesday as we're rolling right along on your beautiful Tuesday. This tweet from Dan Orlovsky regarding the Kansas City Chiefs. He's maybe finally starting to come around on these guys. Kansas City's had 4 more 10-play drives Sunday. They have 26 on the season, most in the NFL. So 26 10-play drives. They have outpossessed their opponent by 57 minutes across their last 5 games. To go on to what we were talking about earlier with Kansas City Chiefs, how they just continue to win on all phases, on all facets of the game. They don't give you the ball, and they don't give up points in the second half, which is a terrible combination if you are a visiting team at Arrowhead. Speaking of a visiting team at Arrowhead or Kauffman Stadium, you might be somewhere different than the Truman Sports Complex.
Yeah, but all of a sudden I'm craving chicken crispers from Chili's right now with that honey mustard. You find me a better tender, right?
Man. The crispers at Chili's, dude.
It's like the puffed up batter around them. It's like pancake batter or whatever it is that they use. We got to get a Chili's date on the calendar. But yeah, here's what I'm hearing about the stadiums. That I talked to a couple of people over the weekend about this, and doing the due diligence as they like to say, and I'm being told that the Royals are in quote real and advanced discussions with the state of Kansas to potentially build their new stadium in Johnson County, and that's kind of the situation and where we are right now is that the Royals are wanting something done. I heard potentially by the winter meetings, which are usually like the first week or so of December, right? So we're getting closer.
They're normally
and closer.
done in the winter.
Yeah, right. Usually before the holiday, December sometime, in a warm environment where everybody goes and stays in a suite and eats charcuterie and runs up bills and nothing gets accomplished.
Nothing wrong with a good charcuterie.
There
board.
isn't, but I will say this, man. What gets accomplished at the winter meeting? I don't know. That should be a Spitfire hot take, environment of moves being made. You should be required to make moves or you have to leave or something like that.
Jose
right?
Guillen so many years ago.
Well, I mean, we're setting the groundwork. It's so baseball. We're laying the groundwork for things to come.
No, we're going somewhere warm and talking baseball.
That's exactly right. We're going to hang out with our friends and we're eating cured meats and cheeses and people's sweets, right?
Actually, I don't even know if it's at someplace warm. I think it's somewhere.
No, it's usually in Nashville, San Diego, places of that day. Oh, of course, Orlando. I thought definitely it was someplace.
Yeah,
warm.
I thought it was.
Baseball people aren't going to Minnesota in December.
Well, bless their hearts. They have to play 162 games.
Very hard, very difficult. So anyway, I've heard they'd like to have an announcement potentially by the winter meetings, and some of the locations that I've been privy to of where they're talking about potentially building the stadium in Johnson County, 119th and Knoll. Right now, from the sites that I've heard, is by far my favorite site because the land is there. There are 5 established parking garages already on that site. There are already existing bars, restaurants, and entertainment options in the area.
Great area.
But it also gives you the opportunity to build bars, entertainment, and restaurants in that area there on that northwest corner of 119th and Knoll. It's on the old Sprint campus. So there are these 5 parking garages that I look at every day when I'm at the J and I'm doing my run. I'm getting my swole on, as they like to say. And I'm looking at these parking garages, and they're labeled A, B, C, D, E. And I start, you just create things in your mind, as we were talking about yesterday, to kind of get through the run, like, parking garage A, B, and you start to kind of sing, whatever. So there's 5 exists. The where we're parking category is, kind of not worried about anymore, because they do have those 5 existing parking garages. And I heard an interesting take from somebody who had some contact with people in the Northland, and they said Northlanders are actually more in favor of the Overland Park location because of the ease to park and everything like that than the downtown location. So I think people feel safer, obviously, in Overland Park, Kansas as well. And so I think that could be the potential spot where they look to build the new stadium. The other spot that I've heard, and I'm just not as keen, if you will, on this one, but if it ends up being there, then so be it. Whatever these guys want to do. Around kind of 435 and Antioch-ish, like inside the loop, I've been told. And now there was that old golf course there, but that's starting to be redeveloped now. But on the other side of Antioch there's kind of some land as well. I've heard around 95th, that kind of area in there could be a potential spot for the stadium. So that's kind of where the Royals are looking right now. And it does make sense when you have 55% of your season ticket base out in Johnson County. You might as well go to where the people are. So they're really in deep discussions right now with Johnson County. What does that mean for the Chiefs? Well, a number of different things. And I know it's going to be kind of vague with the Chiefs, but I think we're kind of in that vague category right now, because everybody's kind of just sitting back and waiting kind of to see what happens and who's going to make the first move. But I've heard that the Chiefs could keep their stadium in Missouri. It would be a new stadium, a new Arrowhead in Missouri, and then they could potentially build their practice facility in Wyandotte County. Or at the end of the day, the practice facility and the stadium both could end up in Wyandotte County. Missouri's facing an uphill battle when it comes to money, because at this point in time, Springfield wants money for a new baseball stadium. The University of Missouri wants money for their football stadium, and the Cardinals Stadium and the Blues, they play in buildings that are fairly old now. People think the Cardinals Stadium is new. It's almost 20 years old already. Like, Sprint Center's almost 20 years old too, right? Time goes by so fast. And so if you're going to give to one side of the state, you got to give to the other. The problem is Missouri doesn't have a lot of quote-unquote income coming in from tourism and all that kind of stuff right now to be able to kind of support all of these projects. So I think the Chiefs are a little more on the outside and the wait and see right now. I could be wrong about that, but it feels like from the conversations that I have, Johnson County is a real legit option, and 119th and Knoll is a site that they're considering very heavily, from what I've been told, about placing the new Royals ballpark out there. And look, I'd be good with it. I've said all along, I don't care where they build these stadiums. I wanted downtown baseball, but it doesn't look like Mayor L is going to have that happen in downtown Kansas City. And so long as these teams stay in the metro area, that's all that matters. I know people get so freaked out about the state line and whatnot. Oh my God, one side or the other. It's our metro area. And long as our teams have buildings that they love on either side of the state line, and we keep our teams in Kansas City, that's all that matters.
Yeah, the two things I think of is, would they then, if the Chiefs stay in the Truman Sports Complex, would they just build like a SoFi Stadium there and then put hotels around it, or would it be as conglomerate like that?
I think you would probably have more of the development for the Chiefs around the practice facility, because that's an everyday use thing, and it can be used for so many different things as well, as small college football games and high school games. And I mean, go look at the practice facilities that Dallas and Minnesota have, right? That's kind of the trend, where you build these complexes and you have hotels and all that kind of stuff, and you make money that way. So it's going to be interesting. I would love to see the Chiefs practice facility in one state and the stadium in another, whichever way it works, right? I don't really care which way it goes, but let's let everybody pay for something. We've been freeloading in Kansas for a very long time now with these stadiums and whatnot, and so I've always felt, hey, look, it's our time to kind of pay our fair share, and so we'll see what happens. The problem is, if you want to build something, Chiefs only specific in Jackson County, then you need to go back to the voters again, and the earliest something like that could be on the ballot with the 3/8 cent sales tax would be either October or November of next year, or August or November of next year. And now you're already adding another year onto this, and the leases end in 2031. You got to start designing and building and turning dirt and getting all the infrastructure in place. Time is becoming of the essence right now.
So does that mean the downtown stadium is all but gone?
I mean, there's always, you never say anything's dead until it's dead, right?
You said they want to do this quickly, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They want to move fast. Look, the Royals wanted this thing done back in April when the vote went through and didn't pass, right? The Royals want this thing done. They've been very adamant and letting everybody know they're done with Kauffman Stadium in 2031. And the Chiefs kind of the same way right now. They're going to be done with Arrowhead in 2031. It just matters where these stadiums are going to be built and what's going to happen. So I think kind of time is of the essence right now with what's going on here in Kansas City when it comes to the baseball team and when it comes to the football team. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Royals announce before the end of the year that, yeah, we're going to Johnson County, Kansas. So that's kind of where the talks are right now. And as you know, everything constantly changes when it comes to these kinds of conversations.
Per breaking news, before we go to a break, the Chicago Bears have fired.
No, Eberflus is out.
No, they fired their offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron.
Didn't they fire their offensive coordinator last year?
Probably. But they have fired their offensive coordinator as of Tuesday morning. Doc Brown will take over. I'm kidding. Thomas Brown will take over. Doc's brother from Back to the Future.
Yeah. Never heard of him.
That's right. So
I'm sure Mac has never even seen Back to the Future.
So the Bears.
So you fired your offensive coordinator.
Of course I've seen. That's heavy, Doc. What are we doing? Come on. Of course I've seen Back to the Future.
I'm just checking.
You kind of look a little bit like Marty McFly. I'm not going to lie.
I've gotten that before.
Have you really?
Yes, I have.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
Just the way you said that's heavy, Doc. I'm like, that kind of did sound like Marty.
Nobody calls me yellow. Yeah. So, all right.
Back to the Future 3 stunk. 2 was really good.
I thought 2 was great. Yeah.
Yeah. We all wanted to find
kinda
Biff's Almanac.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Sports Almanac, man, that'd be awesome.
God.
They got the Cubs right, 2008.
I think they had 15 for the Cubs. Yeah, they missed it by a year.
Oh, dang it.
I bet the Simpsons got it right.
They probably did, yeah.
I wish I could use a Sports Almanac to see where the Chiefs might make a move when it comes to their left tackle. I say attitude. We say what? In a text message that we got yesterday that makes a lot of sense. Bob, Mac, Dusty, you're listening to 96.5 The Fan. You're home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Kansas City Sports. 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what, my friends over at QC Kinetics are ready to help you stop feeling all of that pain. Did you wake up with joint pain today? Yeah, you may have, right? And you're probably thinking to yourself, I'll worry about it some other time. But you know what? I want you to take care of that joint pain right now. Have you been told that it's time for knee or hip replacement surgery? You know what? Stop what you're doing and listen. You deserve a life of comfort and ease with no surgery and no meds. And QC Kinetics can get you there. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative cellular treatments for joint pain. It's an all-natural approach that harnesses your own body's healing properties to treat the root cause of your arthritis pain. And everybody's talking about it now because it's so cutting edge. The protocols developed by QC Kinetics are life-changing for so many people. Tens of thousands of satisfied patients with more every single day. And you can have real lasting relief from chronic joint pain without drugs, without surgery, or without downtime. So discover your options with advanced regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics. The consultation is absolutely free. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299.
You're always better with a roof from JR.
We've had more than our fair share of hail and wind this year. Are you playing Roofer Roulette? That's when you bet your roof and your home on the first random roofer to ring your doorbell. Why do that when JR and Company offers a free hail and wind report online at jrstormcheck.com? Just plug in your address and we'll pull a multi-year storm report. You'll know exactly what your roof has been put through and if you even need an inspection. If you do, no one is more thorough and works better with your insurance than locally owned, veteran-owned JR and Company. And if you need a new roof, remember, a roof from JR comes with a lifetime warranty on workmanship. Don't play Roofer Roulette with your home. Visit jrstormcheck.com and remember,
You're always better with a roof from JR.
Visit jrstormcheck.com.
Want to keep your gas-powered engines running like new? Stable's proprietary formulas are proven by third-party testing to outperform the competition in keeping fuel fresh, preventing corrosion, and cleaning the entire fuel system. With Stable, you can have confidence you are doing the right thing for your engine's long-term health. Just pour into your gas can or fuel tank, Then top off with fresh fuel. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable. Available where fuel additives are sold.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
Welcome to Staples.
Help! My family's in for the holidays, and I need gift ideas.
That's why we're here. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need. Photo gifts, laptops, and gaming systems. Even custom holiday cards and shipping solutions to send gifts to the family that can't make it.
Perfect! Have anything for Uncle Frank? I love him, but the guy is never quiet.
Noise-canceling headphones. For you.
You get it.
Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples. And right now at Staples, save up to $350 on select computers. Ends 11/16, in-store only.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Every day, Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. Mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies. First aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy two. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 470 westbound slows at 350. Stays pretty heavy out past View High Drive. From there, you're off again, on again, slow into the Grandview Triangle where it bogs down. And it's pretty heavy on the Grandview Triangle, really on all freeways. And then 435 westbound, off again, on again to the state line. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan traffic.
Back here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. Check out the live feed, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Trying to get some followers and subscribers so we can get some free lunch. Somebody tried to pass a false narrative or a false fact. Said the chicken crispers were gone at Chili's. They're not. I'm staring at the menu right now.
Are they there?
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Let's go, baby.
Chicken crisper combo.
Yeah.
You get the honey chipotle, the Nashville hot. They got Nashville hot now.
I was gonna say, yeah, this is what I think I got there. Yeah.
In Nashville, they just call it hot.
Yeah, it's just hot.
Yeah. Yeah, they got the crisper combo, the honey crisper combo, and the Nashville hot combo. They ain't done. They got a smokehouse combo, too. It comes with your choice of 3 Chili's classics, such as our famous baby back ribs, crispy chicken crispers, and jalapeno cheddar smoked sausage, served with roasted street corn fries and garlic toast.
Bears figured it out by firing their offensive coordinator.
Hey,
they really did.
Mac let us know that he was the guy that fixed Geno Smith.
Geno Smith.
The Bears offense, here's Adam Schefter's tweet. The Bears offense has gone 23 consecutive possessions without scoring a touchdown. Their 277.7 yards per game ranks as the 3rd worst in the NFL.
They fired their offensive coordinator last year.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's
How many coaches can you fire before you start to go like, maybe it's not that guy?
Well, they fired the offense coordinator in Vegas. They fired the offense coordinator in Chicago.
And the offensive coordinator in Vegas that got fired was the offensive coordinator in Chicago last year.
It's okay, but Thomas Brown's going to fix it all, guys. He was the offensive coordinator last year with the Carolina Panthers. Do you remember how good that offense was?
Tom Brown, baby.
Tom Brown. Could you get more of a generic individual than Tom Brown?
Tom Brown.
John Smith has been promoted. Who?
That's
you
right.
just make up that name?
Tom
Brown.
Baby. So that means the Chicago Cubs or the Chicago Bears will do absolutely nothing on Sunday when they play.
Now, they're not going to get a bump from their coordinator being changed. Now, if they fired their head coach, they definitely get the head coach bump, as you saw the guy who clogged the toilets in New Orleans. What was his name? Rizzi?
Oh, yeah, Darren Rizzi.
Yep.
Rizzi? Nobody knows who the hell that guy is. He's clogging toilets and winning games. they should make a shirt for him that says, what's his name again? Darren Rizzi?
Rizzi.
Darren Rizzi, clogging toilets and winning games.
Call him the clogger.
The Bears will host the Green Bay Packers coming off a bye.
That's going to go well for them. Yeah, yep.
As of right now, they're 6.5-point dogs at home. That's a big home dog, dude. Big home dog. 7 points almost at your home field, and you're a dog. Jordan Love going in there off a bye. Good luck.
But I mean, who are you going to hire? Like, the Bears are going to have an open job. The Dallas Cowboys are going to have an open job. Jacksonville's going to have an open job.
Yeah.
People are falling in love with this cat in L.A. who's their defensive coordinator, who's like 41 years old, who I never heard of. But that's why you get into these problems, because you hire these guys that you never heard of in January, and by the end of the year, you think you got to hire them because they coordinated a defense for 1 year. Then they become a head coach, and they're totally clueless on being
Chris
a head
Shula.
coach. No, in L.A.
Oh, the LA Rams?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris
But
Shula.
not the Rams, the
Chargers.
The Chargers.
Okay,
Yeah, the team that's
gotcha.
allowing 20 points per game or
Yeah.
less, you know.
The better defense in LA.
yeah.
Jesse Minter.
Jesse, create a defense and stop the other team.
Kind of a great week for NFL games, as we'll get into this Chiefs conversation we got from our text. We'll respect the text coming up here in just a little bit. But Thursday Night Football, not bad.
Not bad at all.
Washington at Philadelphia. There's a really, really good noon game. Baltimore at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's a good one,
That's
too.
awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be a good. Did you hear Mike Tomlin yesterday? I love this guy. Somebody started to compare Daniels to Lamar, and Mike Tomlin goes, stop. Please, stop. That is Mr. Jackson, and we're not comparing anybody to Lamar. Let's go. I'm like, thank God somebody finally said it. It's like all these dopes that are out there. Oh, the next Patrick Mahomes, the next. No, let's pump the brakes a little bit. No respect to Daniels, but come on, give Lamar his flowers. A 2-time MVP.
Yeah. And then you move down the ranks. I don't know if you guys think this is a good game, but 3:05 is Atlanta at Denver. You're going to find out who's who.
Yeah.
I think in that game.
Kind of an interesting
That
game.
is, yeah.
Seattle Niners is an interesting game,
I
whether
thought
you
it
want
was
to
the
believe it or
Seahawks in
not.
Seattle.
Yeah. Seattle and the Niners. And then Chiefs and Bills at 3:25. That's the matinee. That's
It's the only game on CBS in the 325 window.
And then
Again, CBS was like, you know what? Screw this. Nobody else at 325 on our network that day.
As they should.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And then the 7 p.m. game or the 7:20 game, Sunday Night Football, is Cincinnati at Los Angeles.
Which Los Angeles? Chargers.
Yep.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So, and then Monday night is just an absolute dud.
I'll actually be rooting for the Chargers in that game to just finish
too.
off Cincinnati. Be done
Agreed.
with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Who's Monday night?
Houston at Dallas.
Oh, wow. That's a Lone Star showdown.
I'm going to be a lone star not watching that
Yeah,
game.
probably not going to do it.
I'm good. I'm good.
Actually, it's
I'm
a show. They'll show Jerry a lot. His face will melt. The sun will be up. And,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah, sure. That's actually a night game, and it's in Houston, I believe so. Or maybe it's in, I don't care. I think it's in Houston. Maybe it's in Dallas. Bill Belichick had this to say.
What's that it thing that allows something like that to happen that is so out of the ordinary to win a game?
Good players. Good players. And obviously, you need a balanced team that everybody contributes, offense, defense, special teams. You don't know what it's going to be. And Kansas City's done it in every area. They've held on fourth down. They've scored at the end of the game. They've blocked kicks. They've returned kicks. And they've done it through the years. They have a really good staff, really experienced staff with Nagy, Taub, and, of course, Spags and Andy. And so they have a lot of experience there on the coaching staff.
Like Taub.
Players that played together for quite a while, and they have a great sense of what the key moment in the game is, and they give their best. They do the right thing, and it certainly worked out for him. So there's no such thing as winning ugly in the NFL. It's hard to win in the NFL. Every win's a good win, and you got to give those guys a lot of credit. They find a different way every week, but they find a way.
They find a way.
Right. There's no apologies. It's hard to win in the NFL. I think our fan base at times needs to hear that. Like Bill Belichick, the second winningest coach of all time with a fistful of Super Bowl rings and has dominated his job for as long as he did, just flat out said you don't apologize for wins. Any win's a good win in the NFL because it's so hard to do. And you were, reacting a little bit last day, whatever the hell it was, to the text line of people complaining about the win not being pretty or whatever the case may be. We've got to stop taking that for granted here, right? I know it's not everybody, but there are people who they won 16-14, wasn't that great of a win. You just won an NFL game on a last-second play because Taub had this thing ready to go on special teams, and he coordinated the hell out of this thing, and you won a football game. And for people to poo-poo that, I think it's great to hear from Bill Belichick saying, you don't apologize for wins. Every win is a great win in the NFL.
What's that it thing?
Little Jim Gray action, huh?
What's that it thing?
You know that thing behind your mom's ear? I'm not saying that to my mother. That's Cable Guy. I'm sure you've never seen that movie, Mac.
Nah, he's never probably even heard of that.
Yeah,
Larry?
Yeah.
They would go, Cable Guy.
Yeah, Chip Douglas. Respect the text. We had a text yesterday. I want to give some respect because we had a text yesterday. It was yesterday, but we had one last week that I thought was a respect the text. And maybe it's a benchmark that we can do on the show moving forward. Which
Sure.
The text we got last week was legitimately, who would you rather have, Kareem Hunt and DeAndre Hopkins, Isaiah Pacheco, or Rashee Rice?
Yeah, really good text, right?
This week, obviously the left tackle was a big issue on the game on Sunday.
Right.
And somebody in the text line said, here, I've got it fixed on the text line. It's from the 816. They said, move Tooney to left tackle, move Creed to left guard, and go get Jason Kelsey and let him play center.
I love the fact that we're all trying to fix a problem on a 9-0 football team, and we got great ideas, because I do love that idea. I'm not going to lie, because here's why I love that idea. I don't know what Jason Kelsey could do on the football field. He looks like he's dropped some weight a little bit, but, he's pounding those garage beers.
Cell phones.
And cell phones as well.
Don't piss him off.
Can you imagine what the world would do if Jason Kelsey signed here in Kansas City? And that's what I'm here for. I got the popcorn ready, and I'm watching, because the world will physically melt down.
You didn't think they hated you
if
now.
Jason Kelsey signed with the Kansas City Chiefs. It would be glorious.
Yeah.
So I'm in on that. I like that idea. I don't hate that idea. But somebody asked Andy Reid yesterday in his press conference about fixing the left tackle spot.
Listen, that's a Veach's area. I mean, he looks at everything, so I'm not going to say no.
So yes.
What we do as coaches, and we overemphasize, we're going to focus in on these kids that are here, and they're getting better. I know it's hard to see at times, but there's progress being made, and we're going to be okay as we go forward.
So there's Andy Reid saying, yeah, Veach is handling this. We're probably going to go out and get a left tackle, right? I love the fact that he has been able to defer to Brett Veach. That's the great thing that he did. Once he stopped being the GM in Philly and came here, that's Dorsey's problem. That's Veach's problem. They'll get this thing figured out, which means, yeah, we're probably going to try to add a left tackle, because I think that's what they do. They see a problem and they fix it. The problem is, guys, who do you add on November 12th, right? We're sitting here, the trade deadline is passed. There's not many dudes waddling around out there that are available to come in. And I found a list that I sent to Mac and Dusty yesterday from Warren Sharp, Football.
Yeah,
very
that's right.
sharp analysis. And he has all the best players still available at every position, kind of on the free agent market, which means you're sitting around, you're not exactly playing football right now. So I want to kind of go through this list, see if we've ever heard of any of these people, or if any of these people would be good to come in here to Kansas City.
Okay, well, let's start with the one that we talked about yesterday, Donovan Smith.
That seems to me like the best idea for the Chiefs, because he knows the offense. He's familiar with what's going on. The learning curve wouldn't be that big a deal. From all of those things, I think Donovan Smith is the easy kind of ad for the Kansas City Chiefs, the smarter ad maybe for the Kansas City Chiefs from that standpoint. But is that the best ad? I don't know. If Brett Veach decides to add Donovan Smith to this roster and bring him in here, by all means, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything Bob says. I mean, keep it relative, keep it with everything you need, and just bring in the familiar face with the familiar system if you're going to bring in
Right
Danon
at this
Smith.
point in time, bring in somebody who knows what's going on. Right.
Although, what the hell do we know?
But exactly. That's why, like, if they wanted to bring it, like, if Brett Veach gets on the microphone today and says we have signed Dusty Likens to play left tackle.
Oh God, Mahomes is going to make another snap.
But he's earned that benefit of the doubt, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like until he doesn't, he does, and he's earned the benefit of the doubt. However they approach, if they decide to stay with Kingsley and they decide to stay with Wanye at left tackle, whatever they decide to do, they've earned the benefit of the doubt on this one.
True.
We need some more honey chicken crispers in front of Dusty if we're putting him on.
Yeah,
that's true.
I have to stop seeing my men at Harlan Men's.
David Bakhtiari used to play with the Green Bay Packers. It hasn't really played in 2 seasons.
He's missed like what 1.5 total.
Yeah, he's dealt with a lot of injuries.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know
what
how
is
his
he
knee
doing?
is.
Yeah.
Chugging beer like a
at
savage.
Bucs games.
Like he was the one that slammed beers over Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yeah,
I
the
like
Milwaukee
that guy.
Bucks
Can we bring?
games.
And he doesn't
Yeah.
like Aaron Rodgers. You said.
I don't know if he does or not. He
I
didn't
thought
want
they were friends. I don't know.
They thought about Simon, I think, in New York a couple years ago when he went over there, and then he was like,
I don't want to play for Aaron anymore.
13 games played in 3 seasons.
Did you see his tweet to Mahomes over the weekend,
Yeah,
too?
he said, if my Colorado Buffaloes lose to your Texas Tech Raiders, I'll come play left tackle for you.
No, it was if your Raiders beat my Buffaloes, wasn't it?
Yeah, same thing. Like, my Buffaloes lose to your Raiders, I'll come play left tackle. Or if your Raiders beat my Buffaloes.
No, because he knew it wasn't, like, I'm trying to think of which one it wouldn't happen with. Like, Texas Tech was not winning that game.
No.
So he had said, if Texas Tech beats my
Wins.
Buffaloes, I'll come play tackle for you, knowing it wasn't going to happen. So does he want to play? Is he trying to get Mahomes to go and knock on Veach's office and say, hey, this guy's tweeting at me? But if they sign David Bakhtiari, I wouldn't be upset with it again. It's a Brett Veach move, and I trust everything that Brett Veach does.
Yeah, I just don't know how healthy he is. I don't know if he's got anything left in the tank.
You just don't know,
Is he
right?
technically better than Wanye Morris or Suamataia right now?
Yeah, 30.
I don't know the answer to that question. A guy who hasn't played in a couple years better than guys that played yesterday? I don't know.
33 years old, and again, 13 games in 3 seasons, so not exactly high on.
When was the last time he played?
He played a game last year. Then he
did.
played 11 games in 22, and he played a game in 21.
Oh, wow.
It's rough.
Yeah, it is. Maybe he's fresh. I don't know. We'll see. If they
That's
decide to
one way
sign
to
this
think
guy,
about it.
and Brett Veach goes
Yeah.
and gets this guy, then by all means do it.
The tweet said, hey, Patrick Mahomes, if your Texas Tech football team beats my Colorado Buffalo football team, I'll come play left tackle for you.
Okay, so he was throwing the bet down.
That's right.
And Texas Tech got swamped, right?
They got beat. They were up halftime, and then they got Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah. And then, like, Deion Sanders' other son was fighting with the water boy or something on the
No.
sideline? Okay, all right.
Factually correct. The ball boy for Texas Tech put his nose where he should have and tried to take the ball from Shiloh Sanders after his interception. And
why is the ball boy from Texas Tech trying to take a ball from somebody else on another team?
That's what we don't know.
Go back to your sidelines, ball
So then
boy.
Shedeur came over and was like, hey, man, what are you doing? And then he tried to get in Shedeur's face. And then the
The
other
ball boy.
Yes, dude. He, like, got into,
He needs his ass kicked.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you watch the video, people will say it's the Sanders family, but it's like, dude, why is this guy going and taking the ball away from, like,
right?
Come on, man. Yeah, so I don't know. Donovan Smith, David Bakhtiari. Do we have another name on the list that maybe we would know?
DJ Humphries?
Creed's brother?
Creed's brother,
That's it.
Humphreys, and that would really confuse some folks.
30, almost 31. He's played his whole career at Arizona. He played 15 games last year. They used to list him as LT. Last year they listed him as offensive line, so maybe he played multiple positions. But yeah,
That was the Humphreys guy?
DJ Humphries.
Okay, vaguely have heard of that name
Yeah.
before. The first two names I've definitely heard of. The third one I'm kind of a little bit. Who else is on Warren Sharp's list of best available left tackles?
Pro Bowler in 21, by the way, DJ Humphries. Charles Leno.
Everybody's Jay's kid.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Billy Turner. Dwayne Brown, who I know, but
Dwayne Brown.
Yeah, he's got to be.
He's
got to
be 100.
Yeah, I mean, geez, that's just no way. Riley Rife. I feel like that's another old guy that I maybe used to know.
Matt's
maybe.
dad.
I feel like Saints. Matt Nelson. And then Julian Davenport. I mean, it's the king
Yeah,
of
it really is. That's
rough,
it, man.
That's what you got.
So that's what we're looking
That's
at. That's
week
why
11 in the NFL season, man.
And that's kind of why we're playing this game. Like, do you want to add any of those guys, really? Or do you want to just say, get your asses better? So.
That's why I love this from the text line. And OL. In other words, there's no one available right now.
Yes, exactly.
Like, do you just cycle Wanye and swim out the year, keep them as fresh as you can, and make sure you get the. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I just don't know. So they've got their work cut out for them at that left tackle position. I think everybody recognized that on Sunday. And sometimes you have to have a big, recognizable moment for anybody to do anything. We'll see, what the Chiefs decide to do. It wouldn't shock me if they added somebody.
Yeah,
it wouldn't shock me if they didn't add somebody.
Let's wrap up this 8:30 segment with On the Come.
On the Come.
One more time.
On the Come.
On the come for me is Arizona and their offense. Let me tell you something, man. Their tight end McBride is a sleeper fantasy pickup. If he's on your squad,
Turk
you're probably
McBride?
doing well. That's right. Marvin Harrison Jr., their offense is actually clicking. Kyler Murray has weapons. Kyler Murray is healthy. They have a vet in James Conner. The Arizona Cardinals are 6th in the NFL in running the ball. Running the ball has been vitally important for a lot of teams. You look at Detroit, their offense is thriving. They run the ball. You look at the Kansas City Chiefs, they're winning ball games. They run the ball. This week, obviously, was an anomaly for Kareem Hunt. I don't think he's 100%. Obviously, he had less than 40 yards rushing, but that's not the on the come for me this week. It is the Arizona Cardinals and their offense. By the way, they lead their division. They have a bye week this week. They have won 5 of their last 6, and they have won 4 in a row. They and Kyler stay hot. He's going to be running for MVP this year. I think your MVP candidates are Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Jared Goff, and Kyler Murray in that conversation. And Jonathan Gannon, their head coach, I think needs some respect because
Rich's son.
He came in there last year and had a couple of quotes. A lot of people are like, this guy ain't going to last. Now he's got a pretty solid offense that he's built. And you know where he came from?
Philadelphia.
He came from Philadelphia in that offense. That's right.
You know where he spent most of his days?
Yep. And he might be the reason why Philadelphia's lost their spunk because maybe he was the brains in that operation.
7-2.
Okay.
They're 7-2. Like people think Philadelphia is like treading water. You read the stuff from Philadelphia, and it's like they think the world is ending. You're 7-2.
None of that came out of my mouth. I said they lost a little bit of an offensive spunk.
Yeah, but they're 7. Like people in Philadelphia are like, hey, fire the coach. You're 7-2.
Well, they have Saquon Barkley.
Oh God, yes.
That's why they're 7-2. Probably should have been the number 1 overall fantasy pick. I feel like in most leagues it was Tyreek Hill, Christian McCaffrey, and CeeDee Lamb in some way, shape, or form.
0 for 3.
All 3 of those guys have had down years. So
Told you to take that Tyreek Hill anytime touchdown yesterday. He
did hit it and then got hurt because he did a celebration. But that is my on the come is Arizona, their offense, and their revamped staff.
My on the come, Dusty's been saying it since the beginning of the year, and it sounds like it could happen now, and I want it to happen, Dion to Dallas. That's kind of my on the come right now. I feel like everything is kind of pointing in that direction, even Screaming A's on board.
I believe that the Dallas Cowboys should tank the rest of the season, get the number 1 overall pick.
Sounds like
so
like
you
Fescoe
can
and
draft
Dusty.
Shador Sanders, and by the way,
Did I not have this
hire primetime
Exactly.
Deion Sanders as your head coach.
I had this take
for
3
the
months ago.
Dallas
Yep,
Cowboys.
you did. Stephen
I
A.
think
stealing
that
from
should
Dusty.
be Jerry Jones's master plan. That's right. I said it.
Yeah, it was said by Dusty in August.
I was gonna say,
Thanks for listening, Steve.
I've had this take all year.
Yeah, and as we've said, it would be great for us on a day-to-day basis. For the Cowboys, I don't know, but it'd be perfect for radio. My on the come, it's Pittsburgh Steelers. Disrespected this team all season. This is a legit contender. Again, they came back down 10 last week. Just something that this offense couldn't have done with Justin Fields or in any year prior, whether it's Mason Rudolph or an old Big Ben. They've obviously got a top 3 defense. But yeah, I don't know if we've ever seen a hero to zero, back to hero story like Russell Wilson, but man, he's got a swagger back. He's got the best deep ball in the league right now. He's got 2 big boys who can go up and catch it. Great running game. Mike Tomlin, top 3 or 4 coach in the league. They're on my radar. They are not fake like I thought they were.
I told you the Steelers were going to be good. I feel like Dusty with the Dallas take.
Christmas is going to be fun,
Christmas may be the
boys.
big game, right?
Christmas is going to be fun.
Interesting how the NFL schedules its
right?
first Christmas Day game. Well, like where they sold it out to Amazon for $25 million. And we're heading towards the Chiefs and Steelers potentially for the number one seed.
Noon on Christmas. Open those gifts quickly, kids. We got TV to watch. Fescoe and Dusty brought to you by Rainer Garage Doors of Kansas City. LiftMaster has patented MyQ technology and is the number one professionally installed garage door opener. Find them at RainerKC.com. Spitting hot fire, good fire. Danon Hughes and Bill Belichick, they kind of had the same take. We'll explain on the other side here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, we're headed into a new week of the NFL, and you can get ready to tackle all the NFL action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. And we're looking at Thursday night football already, couple of days away. Washington at Philadelphia. Terry McLaurin with an anytime touchdown. Saquon Barkley over the rushing yards, and take Jalen Hurts over the passing yards. All you have to do is visit FanDuel.com/610Bob to make every moment more this season. FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL and of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com.
There are several reasons folks buy replacement windows for their homes. To improve the looks, make their home more comfortable, or the granddaddy of them all, to save money on their energy bills. And what if you could get triple glass windows for the double glass price? You'd say, Bob, I think the butter has slid off your noodles. But I have 3 words for you. Thermal King Windows. Their triple glass windows are more than 30% more efficient than their next competitor's windows. These American-made beauties are built like a Sherman tank, but with the looks and style of a luxury automobile. And you can take that to the bank. Of course, they'll probably look at you funny and ask you to move aside, at which point you just smile and say, Thermal King Windows. Call today for your free, no-obligation estimate and window consultation. 888-KING-WIN or online at thermalkingwindows.com.
Thermal King Windows. Our favorite reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler? Free service for life with no fine print. That's right. When you buy your engagement ring or any piece of jewelry at Diamonds Direct, you will never have to pay a dime in the future for sizing, cleaning, or routine maintenance. At Diamonds Direct, there's no gotcha clause, no fine print, no looking for ways to void the warranty. Diamonds Direct, the jeweler you can trust with a no questions asked 100% free lifetime warranty with no strings attached. Come see us to learn more.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Who else does this? There's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-583-5795.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-583-5795. That's 800-583-5795.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Metro Ford, online at kcmetroford.com. Missouri side 29 southbound slows past Armour, stays mostly heavy into downtown. Heading across the north side of downtown, 70 westbound, pretty slow with an accident past Broadway in the left lane. At Metro Ford, family owned and operated means the same trusted faces every visit, just 10 minutes from downtown. Plus, get peace of mind with our 5-year, 200,000-mile pre-owned warranty, including roadside assistance and emergency trip interruption, only at Metro Ford, online at kcmetroford.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Back here on 96.5 The Fan, Fescoe and Dusty Mac with you. I want to take a guess who leads the NFL in receptions over the last 3 weeks.
The last 3 weeks.
I'm
going to still go Rashee Rice.
913-586-7965. I will not say it. I'll give you some time.
All right.
Who do you think leads the NFL in receptions over the last 3 weeks?
Tyreek Hill. No, I know the answer, so I'm not going to say it. Mm-hmm. And you can say I did guess it right away.
Also, my bad, Gannon, defensive coordinator in Philly, not offensive.
It's your job. You're supposed to know all
Do
this
your
stuff.
homework,
Do your
Dusty.
homework. Come on, man. Like,
I told
seriously,
you, man. I have
this is
dyslexia.
like romper room.
I had dyslexia. I read it as offensive coordinator.
At least you knew who he was. Yeah, the guy is.
Yeah, he's got some wild eyes, too. He doesn't have those Matt Gase eyes.
Oh, no, was it Todd Gase? No, it was definitely not
Adam
Matt
Gase. Adam Gase was crazy.
Yeah.
He looked like he was on that fun guy, man. He looked like he had a cap and a stem.
I mean, like that guy, seriously, with the eyes was like
weird. He wasn't microdosing, man. He was macrodosing on that
my
one, dude.
God. Looked like you could scoop his eyeballs out with a spoon and eat them.
Yeah.
Where he's at.
Gase, he's probably selling insurance.
No, he's probably in Portland, Oregon, in a blue tent with those eyes, man.
Yeah.
Just be like, you got anything?
Got anything? Yeah. People call me Twink.
913-586-7965. Who leads the NFL in receptions over the last 3 weeks?
Can I answer now?
Yes, go ahead.
Travis Kelce.
That's right.
Yeah. Woo. I don't know, Carrington. I think he's washed. You're right, Rob. He's terrible.
You know who's announcing the game on Sunday?
It is Nansen Romo.
That's right.
Yeah. Why?
Well, I didn't know if that throat had enough stamina in it to do the Tony Romo.
Dude,
that's
a lot.
You don't do it. You got to get to Friday, dog.
Yeah, I do.
You got to get to Friday, dog.
Look out, Jim.
Yeah.
Jim, look out.
There it
Yeah,
is.
no, it doesn't. You're right. No, it doesn't. I can't get it up there right now. Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm afraid we get that text night. Hey, you guys got the show tomorrow. Enjoy.
Can't talk yet. No, I'm not going to do it. Oh, God, I want to do it so bad.
Yeah, dude.
How'd I want to do? Why'd you do that to me?
Because have you ever met me?
That's like dangling a Hershey bar in my face and saying you can't have this, but I want it.
Yeah.
Look out, Jim. I don't know, Carrington. I think he's washed. You're right, Rob. Travis Kelce's seen better days.
Tony Romo was in Columbia this past week.
Well, his wife went to Mizzou.
I think she was a Golden Girl.
She was, yeah. And then she was like a news reporter for a hot minute in Columbia.
Because he dated her after Jessica Simpson.
That's
Because
right,
remember,
yeah.
before Taylor Swift, it was Jessica Simpson wearing the pink and white Tony Romo jersey.
That's right. Yeah, they showed her a lot. I don't. Did
we didn't complain
Tony
about it,
Dungy
though.
complain about that?
Oh, I doubt it.
Yeah.
Because he was still trying to figure out how he could win a Super Bowl.
That's right. Yeah. Let Peyton Manning be Peyton Manning.
Tony Dungy kind of looks like an alien.
Tony Dungy sucks.
Like, you know those things in Toy Story that are
Yeah.
like the claw,
Yeah.
it moves. That's what I think of when I see Tony Dungy.
Yeah. When I think of Tony Dungy, I just see Bitterman Party of One complaining about Taylor Swift.
Bitterman.
Hi, I'm Tony Dungy. I think Taylor Swift is ruining the... Okay, Tony, thank you for your comments.
I mean, as long as she wears the outfit she wore last Sunday, Taylor Swift, my God. My God. This is Danon Hughes, who joined us earlier, if you missed it, in the 725 hour, talking about how the Chiefs and the coaching staff are just better.
And you know what? How demoralizing is that? Like I've always talked about that on any team, you go back to the 90s, and this is what I felt when I was playing, that any team that came into Arrowhead Stadium, they were already down 7-0 before we even started the game because of the fans, because of the atmosphere, because of that home field advantage that we had. Now you add the component of coaching. And I was watching ESPN earlier and yesterday, and now we got the start of Coach of the Year, and people are saying Mike Tomlin, and people are saying Dan Quinn. And I'm like, how in the heck does Andy Reid keep getting overlooked as a potential Coach of the Year? Like, they're not even saying his name right now, and we're the only undefeated team in the NFL. So when you add the component of we're better than you at every phase of the game, and we're undefeated, and now we're like there's still some slight disrespect in regards to you're still not going to acknowledge that Andy Reid, who's assembled this coaching staff, that has assembled this team, that is not just about the superstar players of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Chris Jones, that it's about a complete team effort, which should add more flowers and garner more respect to Andy Reid for keeping this coaching staff together when I'm sure, just like some of the players, after you win 2 straight Super Bowls, they probably could have gone on elsewhere and maybe made some more money and maybe got a higher position, but they bought in to Andy Reid and what we're doing here and what we're trying to accomplish in history. And all of that shouldn't put him at the top of the list as Coach of the Year. To me, it's ridiculous, but it just shows that there's still more work to do for our Chiefs, and we're still going to continue to be the best organization, the best coaching staff, the best players, and we're looking forward to this final run to get to that Super Bowl.
So that's Danon Hughes telling you basically that they're better than everybody in every facet.
Yep.
And then
laughed about it.
Yeah, then we do the laugh.
Yes.
And then if you think he's biased or a homer, which he might be because he played here and announces here.
Yep.
The greatest coach of all time, in some people's opinion, had the almost the same exact thing to say.
What's that it thing that allows something like that to happen that is so out of the ordinary to win a game?
Good players. Good players. And obviously, you need a balanced team that everybody contributes, offense, defense, special teams. You don't know what it's going to be. And Kansas City's done it in every area. They've held on 4th down. They've scored at the end of the game. They've blocked kicks. They've returned kicks. They've done it through the years. They have a really good staff, really experienced staff with Nagy, Taub, and, of course, Spags and Andy. And so they have a lot of experience there on the coaching staff, players that play together for quite a while, and they have a great sense of what the key moment in the game is, and they give their best. They do the right thing, and it certainly worked out for them. So there's no such thing as winning ugly in the NFL. It's hard to win in the NFL. Every win's a good win, and you got to give those guys a lot of credit. They find a different way every week, but they find a way.
Where do you rank Taub when it comes to coaches?
I mean, Andy excluded.
Yeah.
Probably Ride, number 1.
Ride. Or Ryed back in the day. Andy Ryed. Yeah.
Spags. Or Spagnola.
Yeah.
Is it Spagnola instead of Spagnuolo? Yeah. 2.
Yeah.
I mean, Nagy, just his relationship with Mahomes and what he can do, and how he won a Coach of the Year with Mitch Trubisky.
Right.
And then Dave, but like that's fine because if like Dave's like one of your top coaches, that means your team's probably not that great.
Right.
Because if your special teams is great, then it's like, well, then where's defense and offense? And I know a lot of people want to do whatever they want to say about the coaching staff, but I mean, Tobe has had questions before.
I think it's pronounced Taub.
Yeah, like Perez.
Yeah. Oh, God, I hate that.
I know
that just makes my blood boil.
Knife in the side.
Oh, God.
Salvador Perez is
it's
another.
Perez!
Oh, easy on that
Sorry,
throat.
on the throat. My bad.
Come on, man. You the throat goblin this week. I mean, Tobe, Tom, it kind of like, because last year he had a rough go, right? And then like, it was like, why is he putting Sky Moore back there? Like, does he not understand? And then this year, it's like, boy, he's great, isn't he? And you're like, yeah, live in the moment, I guess.
Yeah.
But
also, who are your options? I mean, you put Sky Moore back there because you didn't have blank, right?
That's why McCole Hardman's on the team.
Now he is. But wasn't he hurt for a bit last year, too?
Yeah.
Once he came back over from the Jets, he got hurt and then got healthy for the Super Bowl.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, look, here we are. Again, all facets. Offense, defense, special teams.
Right.
Win, win, win.
Yeah, you gotta love though to have a guy like Dave Tobe who like eats, drinks, lives special teams, right? Like he finds ways,
and he's that great type of personality too. Like you want that guy that when there's a big hit in the play and your special teams coach comes out and he's like,
Dave
guy.
Tobe is a special teams coach, right?
Yes, he's like the John Harbaugh who was Andy Reid's special teams coach, who's been successful as a head coach.
Yeah,
so.
But Tobe is, Tobe gets it, man, and it's good to have him because think back just this calendar year alone. They blocked an extra point in the Super Bowl, which ended up helping them win. And then they blocked this field goal against the Denver Broncos, which keeps their undefeated season alive. So Dave Tobe needs to get a lot of credit for how good the special teams are. I don't know if he's an NFL head coaching candidate anymore, like he was a couple of years ago potentially. But, I mean, we got ourselves a gem here. Tob rocks.
Chiefs have a gym, Bob has a gin, and I'm going to go home today and drink a martini with gin. Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe, Dusty Likens. He's going to tell you about good people at Golden Oak. We come back, we do one of my top favorite subjects or topics, which is start, bench, cut, here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
I do love my friends over at Golden Oak Lending, or should I say my family over at Golden Oak Lending, because that's what those guys over there at Golden Oak Lending said to us. They said, you guys are family to us, and that's how we do business. We do business with our family and our friends, and I want you to do business with Golden Oak Lending as well, because they can help you save money. Think about where we are right now. We're headed down towards the home stretch of the year, right? Wouldn't you like to go the last 2 months of the year, or maybe the last month of this year and the first month of next year without having to make a mortgage payment? You got those holiday bills coming due. We all know about that, and taking 60 days off from not paying a mortgage would be something spectacular. That's why you need to call Golden Oak Lending today and ask them to take their free mortgage checkup. It's free for everybody. Whether you're a customer of Golden Oak or not, you can get that free mortgage checkup, and it's going to be the best phone call you ever made. It's risk-free. There's no paperwork. There's no credit card required. Just call 913-890-GOLD and say, hey, I want to take that free mortgage checkup and find out how much I can save each month, because at Golden Oak Lending, the average cash-out customer saves $1,104 per month. So get in touch with Golden Oak Lending today, 913-890-GOLD. And if they can't close your loan, the appraisal is free. Contact them today, 913-890-GOLD, and let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Your attention is precious. Pulled in a million directions for a million different reasons. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City works hard to make sure your health insurance isn't one of the many things distracting you from what's important. By making healthcare easier to navigate, we help keep your focus on the moments that matter most. Like dinner with loved ones. Letting you focus on you. That's the benefit of Blue. Learn more at BlueKC.com.
When it comes to beef, nothing tops world-class, highly marbled Wagyu. Booth Creek Wagyu's Overland Park Meat Market is ready to elevate your beef. Their farm-to-fork commitment brings this intensely rich and flavorful beef from the tall grass prairies north of Manhattan, Kansas, directly to your table. Stop into the store to see what our customers are calling the jewelry store of beef and taste the difference. Our in-store experts are sampling freshly seared Wagyu 7 days a week. Located in the shops at Deer Creek Woods at 135th and Metcalf.
Tune in this week to kick off with Boomer and Valenti to hear the Sims Spotlight featuring Super Bowl winning quarterback Phil Simms. Brought to you by Balance of Nature. Balance of Nature supplements, changing the world one life at a time.
Men, it's the holidays, a time of love and joy. But if you suffer from erectile dysfunction, the season can be tough on you. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you and your partner are experiencing struggles because of ED, change it up this year. Give the best gift you can give to the one you love by treating your ED and restoring your relationship. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts at treating ED. And as a Promenic restorative health practice, we've literally seen countless thousands of relationships renewed across the nation. Plus, with treatments having success rates well over 90%, coupled with many treatment options, we can likely find the right one for you. You may even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us and give your partner the best gift you can give this season. A renewed, restored relationship. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. Heartland Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
On the Kansas side, 635 southbound, pretty heavy from I-70 down towards Kansas Avenue with an accident in the left lane. And then 435 southbound remains slow from Wood End down past Holiday Drive with an accident now off to the shoulder. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
You're listening to the all-new 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Welcome back into Fescoe and Dusty on a Tuesday. It's getting more and more beautiful. Nice, crispy blue sky. Going to be beautiful today. We get ready to get into start, bench, cut.
I may go for a nice long outdoor walk today. Tuesdays are kind of that day. The sun's shining. You know, it's still 60 degrees.
I went on a run yesterday. It's just easy right now. It's 60 to 63 degrees yesterday. It's nice. The views are great. Today I got to do the leaves, though.
Yeah, that's exercise in and of itself.
Yeah,
though,
there'll still be some sort of workout afterwards. I can't let myself become a fatty again.
I told somebody the other day, I'm just not going back. Not doing it. Not going back. Not going to do it.
Yep. Start, bench, cut.
Caramel, chocolate, and peanut butter.
Yeah, no doubt about it, right? That's right where we go into it. That's funny you say that. It is brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow Service, 913-586-7965. Most of the time it's like athletes or food, which we just talked about not being fat. But no, start, bench, cut. We can start it off. Yeah, go ahead.
Here's Fescoe, Dusty, and Mac with this week's edition of Start, Bench, Cut.
So you hear about, the smokehouse smoked turkey, which we can get into that turkey side of it when it comes to closer and closer to Thanksgiving. By the way, almost there. So if you haven't ordered one from Smokehouse, I would do it soon.
Oh, get your turkeys ordered.
I can't wait, dude.
I told you after the
wait.
show on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, we're going to Smokehouse. We're going to have lunch, and we're going to get our turkeys.
I'm getting the barbecue pizza.
Oh, I have that the other day with Ben.
Good.
I saw it. And Max can get the nachos, and we're just going to trade.
Yeah, that's what you do. You order apps for the table, right?
Yes. Yeah. What's her who did that at the landing?
Emily.
Emily. That's right.
Emily.
Emily did it right.
How do you forget Emily?
I don't know. I just drawing a blank because I'm thinking of food.
You will see Emily on Thursday.
Oh, twice in 1 week.
I know. Lucky us.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Brioche.
Lucky Mac. So I start off with chicken. Fried, smoked, grilled, start, bench, cut.
I am going to start grilled. I am going to bench smoked, and I am cut and fried.
Classic. Health Nut Bob over there.
Here in Johnson County, we don't eat fried
We just went
chicken.
through how I don't want to gain 1,000 pounds again.
But it's about what you like.
Well, I still go in that order.
Really? You still go in that order? Even taste-wise?
We're doing our Friendsgiving on Saturday at my buddy's house.
Yeah.
Dude, he got the Popeyes fried chicken turkey. I can't wait.
Let me know how that is.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go fried first, but I will say grilled is on the come for me, and that may be just with
How
age.
about were those grilled tenders at the Landing?
Dude, they were better than the fried ones.
No.
No, he was right.
The
he was
Landing sister restaurant, the Sand Trap in Martin City, is now doing charred grilled wings, kind of like those tenders.
That's what you should have put your damn name on.
I got the pretzel.
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
excited about that. The pretzel, they named it after me at the Landing.
Yes,
Very excited.
Yes. Smoked chicken, I don't have a good example of. I'm going to cut it. Like, what am I...
Barbecue restaurants?
You'll have a smoked turkey on Thanksgiving.
okay.
Yeah, smoked chicken. You can get the smoked half chicken
Yeah.
at Smokehouse, too. It is
like-
phenomenal.
Yeah,
oh, my
That's
God.
really good. Okay.
Yeah, smoked chicken's great.
Oh, it's so good.
It's super moist.
Oh, yeah, it is moist. I mean, you want to talk about a moist chicken?
I'll cut it. Sorry.
You know who likes moist chicken? Salvador Perez.
Tob likes moist chicken.
I'm starting fried chicken because you can eat it hot or cold. It's one of the most underrated cold foods there are.
It's a great cold food.
It
yeah,
is.
Yeah.
Grilled chicken, boy, I love it. Just any way, shape, or form. Sandwich, buffalo, Italian dressing. We all made it when we were younger. Our parents did the Italian wishbone dressing.
Yeah.
Marinating the chicken,
Yep.
throw it on the grill.
Yep.
It's just an easy
I
dinner.
still do that.
Of
you know?
course you
Yeah.
do. Of course. Get a brioche bun and provolone cheese and make a sandwich out of it.
I'm going to tell you, the Munster cheese makes the best
No
cheese
doubt.
blanket, Q.
It's good. And then smoked chicken, I'm going to cut just because I love fried and grilled chicken so much better, but smoked chicken's fantastic. We do play the Buffalo Bills, so how about buffalo wing sauces? Mild buffalo, hot buffalo, honey barbecue.
Okay, I'm going to go. I mean, this is going to sound weird, but I'm going to start the honey barbecue. I think that just sounds really good right now. I'm going to bench mild and I'm going to kick hot to the curb because I don't like to be in pain when I eat.
You don't like to get them lips numb?
No.
Yeah, my nose
Why?
is running.
I'm not into that. Like some people are. I guess it's like an endorphin high or
Do
something
you and
like
Jen
that.
partake in sushi dates ever?
Yeah, we do sushi.
Do you like the...
I like wasabi.
Okay.
Because it's a quick hitter.
When it's basically horseradish.
Yeah.
Yeah, we aren't getting fresh wasabi here.
No, but it's a quick
Unfortunately,
hitter.
yeah.
You eat it, it lasts, and it's gone.
Yeah, yes.
Like wing
Yes.
sauce just lingers for hours.
So you never do like the blazing challenge?
No.
Okay.
So I was talking to somebody, one of our part-time guys, did the one chip challenge.
Oh.
He said it was the worst thing ever. He took one bite of the chip. And this was awful. Yeah.
They come like in a coffin box.
Yeah, yeah.
That ought to be your sign right there.
Yeah, I'm
Here's your
good.
sign.
Well, he's just out of college, so
That's
you
fair.
do things like that in
Yeah,
college.
you give it a shot.
Yeah.
I'll go same order as Bob. He nailed it. Honey barbecued, mild, hot. That's it.
I'm mild, honey, cut hot.
Cut
Fair.
hot, yeah.
Now, if you were to throw garlic parmesan, Asian zing, and mango habanero, how do you do that?
Yeah.
Garlic parmesan, mango habanero, Asian zing.
I'll go Asian
I'm
first.
going the Cajun butter sausage at Smokehouse first.
What are you, the guy
I'm
from
going-
Wheel of Fortune?
I'm going the sweet zing at Smokehouse Barbecue second, and then I'm just going regular smoked wings third.
Okay. All right. How about our sauces or not sauces that you dip your wing in? Blue cheese, ranch, dry.
Well, I'm only doing ranch from Smokehouse, so that's the only ranch I will eat. So that's going to be number one on my list. I'll keep that Smokehouse ranch. I'll go dry second, and then blue cheese third.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
See, I'm a blue cheese connoisseur.
I used to be a blue cheese connoisseur, but then I realized how much weight I was putting on, and and you got to get the right blue cheese too. Like Ken's blue cheese ain't cutting it.
I want it to stink. Like Jack Stack has a really good blue cheese dressing. It's got like the chunks of it in there.
See, that's
I like
you
that.
got to
Yes.
have that.
Yeah,
one.
it's good. Like I'll eat it with a damn fork or
What is the blue cheese called that has the? There's another name for it.
I don't know.
Roquefort, maybe.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, I go blue cheese start, ranch, bench, cut dry. I gotta have some sort of sauce.
Little
Yeah,
sauce
cut dry.
on there.
Yeah, cut dry. Start ranch.
Yeah. Start ranch, bench, blue cheese, cut dry.
Yep.
Sympathetic fan bases. Start, bench, cut. Buffalo Bills, Detroit Lions, San Diego Padres.
Well, I'm going San Diego in general for the Chargers, so I'm going to start San Diego because their football team was ripped for them for no apparent reason whatsoever, and I do feel bad for the Charger fans in San Diego. Then I feel bad for Detroit fans because they've always had great uniforms and a really bad team, and my friend's a Lions fan, so I feel bad for him. And then Buffalo's kind of our rival, so I'll cut them.
I think I'd start Buffalo, man. Losing 4 Super Bowls in a row.
In a row. And you
just-
can't beat the Chiefs in the modern era.
Yeah. No, and you have Josh Allen. Like, that's just, and you still can't win.
They've
So, yeah.
lost 3 playoff games to the Kansas City Chiefs. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
They've won 3 regular
season games
in a row.
Yeah. And then
And they've lost 3
games in a row.
playoff
Yeah.
games
That's
to the
right.
Chiefs.
Yeah, and then
That's right.
San Diego. Yeah, Detroit's last. I'll cut them.
I think Detroit starts for me with the sympathetic fan base. Buffalo sits and San Diego. I mean, dude, at least, think about it. Buffalo and Detroit, you have to live there
That's
and
true.
be miserable.
Fair point. Great point.
San Diego, you have to live in San Diego. Well, my team sucks, but the beach is right here.
But it's San Diego.
I don't care.
That's fair. You're right.
75 and sunny in water.
I just
my
hate,
team sucks. I'm in the middle of Detroit.
I hate when cities lose teams when it's not their fault. Like I do. I feel for Oakland too. Yeah. Right? I feel for San Diego for losing the Chargers for no reason.
Sure.
You know, it sucks.
We start bench cut mundane task: mowing, dishes, laundry. Even though I spelled it Londay.
Londay.
French.
I don't mind Londay, so I'll start Londay.
Really? And I'm not talking about just putting it in. I'm talking about getting it out, folding it, putting it away.
The whole
so
shebang,
laundry's you.
Yeah, I don't mind Londay. Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I only do my own. The kids do their own. Jen does her own. So I don't want anybody touching my laundry because anybody goes near my laundry, a sock ends up missing all the time.
And your laundry's not that much because ain't no underwear.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, there's not a lot of underwear in mine.
Did you see that Detroit player who had no underwear on? Went straight
he claims he sat on Gatorade. Do you believe he
sat on Gatorade? What flavors of Gatorade?
Yellow Gatorade
No,
is
that
what
was,
it is.
that
Now,
was,
he pooped himself,
no,
right?
That was straight turd, man.
Yeah, so no, I'll do Londay.
Okay.
I'll start laundry. I will bench mowing and the dishes thing. Like, unloading the dishwasher is the worst task ever.
I would start mowing. I would bench dishes and get laundry the hell out of here because I love loading it. I hate unloading it and folding it away. I do love dumping it out on my bed and like letting the fabric smell. Go.
It's nice. Yeah.
But
do you use those fabric scented beads?
I do not. I do not use any of that sort of stuff.
Speaking of Emily, she told me to start washing towels in just straight vinegar.
Mm-hmm. Takes the bite out.
It does. It takes all the stuff out of your towels. Game changer.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it. But
Yeah,
I also use like chemical stuff. I don't want to get into it. Text will destroy me. But I just want to. Yeah.
Just give me a Tide Pod. They're delicious. What?
I don't mind the dishes. I'm starting dishes. I actually hand wash my dishes rather than
That's
the
not bad.
dishwasher.
You're wasting a lot of water by doing that and killing the environment.
Mowing, I'm going to bench that. Just move on. And I'm cutting laundry.
No doubt about it.
Laundry.
Pretty simple one here. Caramel, chocolate, peanut butter.
It's not simple. Peanut butter, chocolate, caramel. That's the order. I guess it was simple.
Yeah, you made that sound real simple.
Yeah, I say it's not simple. You did it in like 1 second.
That's the easiest one. I'm not a chocolate guy, so peanut butter and caramel.
I'm with you. Peanut butter, caramel, chocolate gets cut. And then last, 3 badasses. James Bond, Indiana Jones, John Wick. Start, bench, cut.
Starting Indiana Jones, benching James Bond, cutting John Wick. There's no right way to do this, though.
The exact reverse order. I'll start John, bench James, and then cut Indiana Jones.
I start
generational.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I start Mr. Bond. I bench Indiana Jones, and John Wick gets cut. And like you said, there is no wrong answer. Don't kill the man's dog, and you won't get shot like a pro. Also, thanks, John Wick, for making Blanton's go through the roof. That is Start, Bench, Cut, brought to you by Jay Southland Tow Service. Text line, Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Rainer Garage Doors of Kansas City. Liftmaster is patented IQ Technologies, #1 professionally installed garage door opener. Find them at RainerKC.com. I have a question for you all on the other side. 913-586-7965. Don't go anywhere. I ask you a question about an athlete on the other side here. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Manning Roofing have done an unbelievable job for us, and they're doing an unbelievable job for so many people here in Kansas City because the roof on your house kind of important, and you want to have the roof put on your house by somebody who is the best at what they do, and Manning Roofing is that. Number one, they're a true general contractor. So when you know with Manning Roofing that you're not going to have to call anybody else to do any other work on the outside of your home when you get that new roof put on, chances are you got some hail damage, you may need some new gutters, some windows, some siding, all of that kind of stuff. Manning Roofing handles it. Plus, they have employees that have been with the company for a long time. 5 or more years the crews have been together because they love working for Manning Roofing. And you want to hire a company that has employees that are happy when they go to work every day feeling good about the company they work for and the work they do that translates into the work that they're going to do for you. And they did the roof on our house. We trusted Manning 2 years ago when we needed a new roof, and we couldn't be happier with the customer service, with the roof, and everything involved with Manning Roofing. Plus, they've done over thousands of jobs here in Kansas City, and they've never once been rejected by the insurance companies. So even if you use somebody other than Manning and you have insurance issues, get in touch with Manning Roofing today. For all of your roofing needs, you can set up that appointment at manninggc.com or give them a call, 816-448-8208. Manning is my one-stop shop for roofs, gutters, siding, and windows. The choice is simple. It's Manning Roofing.
MD Anderson Cancer Center is again ranked #1 in the nation for cancer care by U.S. News & World Report's Best Hospitals rankings. Our physicians treat more types of cancers in a day than many see in their whole career. This unmatched depth of expertise, combined with our groundbreaking discoveries, gives our patients access to the most innovative treatment options. Learn more at mdanderson.org.
Winchester at Lake City Army Ammunition Plant in Independence is the largest manufacturer of small caliber ammunition for the U.S. military. They're hiring technicians starting at $26.72 an hour with a $1,000 hiring bonus. Excellent day one benefits include medical, dental, educational support, paid time off, and company retirement contributions up to 8%. Join Winchester and serve the U.S. warfighter. It's more than a job. It's a mission. Apply at winchester.com/careers.
Are you playing roofer roulette? That's when you bet your roof and your home on the first random roofer to ring your doorbell. Why do that when JR & Company offers a free hail and wind report online at jrstormcheck.com?
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-583-5795.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at tra.com
or call 800-583-5795. That's 800-583-5795.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha!
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
It takes a lot to prepare for game day as a dedicated fan, and preparing the perfect tailgate meal might be most important of all. That's why Hellmann's Real Mayonnaise is the MVP. Hellmann's Mayonnaise is the secret to bring out the rich and creamy taste to all your game day dishes, from buffalo chicken dip to your favorite sub sandwich and everything in between. So give it a try, and mayo game day be delicious with Hellmann's Real Mayonnaise. Shop at your local Walmart, Kroger, or grocery store and add some extra deliciousness to your game day dishes this football season.
Your coworkers might annoy you, but we promise we won't. Download the free Odyssey app and you can listen to us at work while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Tune in late? You can rewind your favorite live shows to catch what you missed. And with Chapters, easily jump to the topics that you care about most, like the latest updates from your team. Your sports talk, your way. The Odyssey app. Download it today.
Today, expect sunny conditions with a high of 62.
Weather brought to you by Robert Half. Robert Half's recruiting professionals use their award-winning AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. Learn more at roberthalf.com/talent today.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios.
Right back here on Fescoe and Dusty. 96.5 The Fan. Start bench cut. Jennifer Connelly in the 90s, Salma Hayek in the 90s, or Sydney Sweeney now from the 620.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of those people?
Say them again, please.
Jennifer Connelly in the 90s, Salma Hayek in the 90s. How about Salma Hayek now?
Yeah. Why are we doing it in the 90s?
Or Sydney Sweeney now. You ever seen Desperado? You ever seen Wild Wild West?
Why don't you rustle my fences?
Jennifer Connelly.
Yes, I know this woman. She's beautiful. In the 90s. She's
yeah,
looking good
brioche.
now.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You talking Selma Hayek?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, God, yes.
Yeah. Brioche for sure.
Be still my heart.
Yeah. So, anyways, this weekend, Buffalo, Kansas City, obviously no stranger to the rosters. It made me think of something that we were talking about yesterday. Like, I feel like Josh Allen is on both sides of the fence of an athlete that you enjoy, but also hate playing against. Like, if it
God, yes.
So, for instance, like if I were to give you John Elway, like I would never root for John Elway, even if he wasn't playing the Chiefs. I didn't root for him in the Super Bowl. I rooted for the Packers and I rooted for the Falcons. Both times the Broncos played him. Obviously, we know my hatred towards Denver. But I think Josh Allen is one of those guys because of who he is and how I like relate with him, right? Like, I don't know, like he's a golfer, he's a bro, he's, kind of cool, like kind of loves sports. Mahomes and him have a good relationship. He seems okay in my book. He's also insanely talented. And
Which is where you differ from Josh Allen.
Yeah, no doubt.
You're extremely insanely talented.
Oh, thank you. And I think that, I find myself when I see Buffalo play other teams, obviously I want to see Buffalo as a team lose, but like I do think that I find myself more often than not rooting for a guy like Josh Allen. And I wonder, 913-586-7965, Mac and Bob as well, are there athletes that in baseball or football or basketball that maybe they're not on your team, but when they play your team, you're like, God, I hate this guy. But when he's not playing your team, you're like, you know what? That guy's okay.
Lamar Jackson.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson is the first name that comes to mind.
I believe that.
And I just love Lamar. Always have. Love Lamar Jackson. Big Papi's another one. Like,
you'd love the comeback.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it though. But he
20 minutes left.
He's just so likable, right?
He is.
Like he's one of those guys that you can't help but love. And then after the bombing thing and the way that he embraced all of that, like that's just, that's just a guy you want to root for. So those are two guys. And Randall Cunningham from my childhood was always one of those guys. Him and Donovan McNabb, I loved both of them when they played quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess the actual probably way to say it is who's an athlete that you really enjoyed going against as well. Like what I love
going against Peyton Manning when he was in Denver more than he was in Indianapolis. I don't know. It was just
hated it.
We ended his career.
Well, that was awesome. A couple years before that weren't as awesome.
No, not at all. But, I mean, like, he was just that good. You always wish you had Peyton Manning. I really do now revisionist history, and we talked about this last week. I really wish Peyton Manning had an opportunity to play with a real head coach.
Oh, yeah, not an alien?
Yeah, not Tony Dungy. Like, if Peyton Manning was paired with Andy Reid, we would know about Belichick and Brady. I'm serious about that one. We would probably not know much about Belichick and Brady if Peyton Manning had Andy Reid, but he got stuck with a not very good head coach, and then ended up overcoming a bad head coach and winning a Super Bowl.
Well, at that point, they were just like a cheer team.
Yeah,
like it's like he's not coaching. Like, what was it every single game? Peyton Manning goes to the huddle with 3 plays, and then when he gets to the line of scrimmage, he dissects what the defense is doing and then rearranges it. It's like, there's no head coach doing that.
I mean, you watched him on the Manning cast, right?
Yes.
And that's like entertainment, and that's fun, but you can see that competitiveness take over.
He's almost annoying to watch.
I mean, ask
that.
Lil just sometimes if we ever get him back in studio about playing with Peyton Manning and what that was like, and I mean, the whole 9 yards, like wild stories he can tell you about.
That Manning cast is so completely opposite of the two. Like what's the guy's name? Joey, that does the impersonations of like Cowherd and
I haven't
all those
heard
guys.
from him in a while.
Joey
Malarno?
Yeah, he does one of the Manning cast, and like with Peyton, he's like, what are you doing? Checking out on the left side, right side, right. And then his Eli's just like, hey, Peyton. You think? It's so good, dude. It's simply too good.
Yeah, Peyton last week was watching a punt return. Was like, "Oh, cut back," and Eli was like, "When do you ever cut back?" You
Yeah,
know,
shut up.
It's just enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
I was so mad last night they didn't have a Manning cast for
I
a game I
know.
could give two bleeps about. It's like, where's the Manning cast for this one? Oh, they didn't want to watch this turd fest
yeah.
either, you know? Yeah.
No.
Nah, we're out.
Can't blame him.
Holiday time. We're not pushing this turd up a hill. See you next week.
So I enjoy going up against guys like Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. I know that sounds twisted, and it sounds like, why do you want to go up against? Because that's when you find out who your true competitive dudes are on your team. You all right?
No, I was looking like all of a sudden feeling a breeze.
It's cold in here, dude.
Okay,
My
good.
phalanges are like ice cold.
Yeah.
I feel bad because Mac's office is probably just freezing.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
But no, I like when you play Burrow, I feel like that competitive edge comes out of Patrick Mahomes a little bit more.
Oh, sure
Or when
it
you
does,
play
yeah.
Josh Allen, like every time a Buffalo game ends with the Chiefs, other than the one last year where Mahomes was so frustrating, it kind of just rubbed the Bills fans a little bit wrong because he was kind of pouty, they would say. But again, Kadarius Toney doing that to you and ruining your game really does kind of bring out the worst side of you. But I don't know, it's fun also to go against Max Crosby because he's always trying to start something.
Right.
And then it never ends really in his favor except for Christmas Day last year, which he can have that one. But yeah, I don't know, I just enjoy fun competition because if the Chiefs win or the Chiefs lose, my day moves on. I don't mean to be that guy. I mean, I'll be bummed. Obviously, when they block that field goal, I'm biased. I literally go, the show's going to be awesome Monday. That's the first thing I thought of. I was like, if they lose, man, here it comes. We got to be that, supplier for the negative. We got to be that guy that's going to be like, hey, it's okay.
I told you so.
Yeah, right. And you're going to have that, which it merits that because, it's a loss to a divisional
But
team.
I don't like the people that are waiting for a loss to happen, though. Those are the people that I just don't like.
Yeah, they normally resign in Miami. Do you think those guys had the champagne ready? That's where I wish I could have been that day as a fly on the wall.
Oh,
is
the
to see if
76,
those old 76 to 72 team.
72, yeah.
Was sitting there 72.
Was it 72? Yeah, who the hell cares?
Text line, who was it? 72.
I think you're right. I think it was 72.
Yeah, and they're all sitting there getting ready to pop the champagne, and then all of a sudden it's and it's blocked, and you're like, oh,
Actually, now,
put it
Dusty,
back.
it's prune juice.
Oh.
Yeah. They're getting ready to have prune juice and change their Depends.
So it brings the other side of it, which is there an athlete that you would never root for, no matter what?
Phillip Rivers is on my list. Joe Burrow is on my list. Tyreek Hill is on my list.
I thought you liked Joe.
Oh, I think he's a killer, but I won't root for him. Now, if he's on my team.
Yeah. No. Well, he'll never be on your team.
No, he never will be, right? So, I mean, no, I won't root for Joe Burrow, no.
Not me either. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Why not?
Because I don't want him to win, because that means we're not.
Yeah, I just think he's way overrated. I think he's still in the spotlight. That should have been all Mahomes, and now it should be Allen. Yeah, I think he's the fourth best quarterback at best in the league. He gets treated like he's the second coming.
Do you think he's better than Russell Wilson?
Someone from the text line says, I love watching former Chiefs succeed on other teams and play in a major part.
Oh, yeah.
Like who?
Like a Charvarius Ward.
Okay. Man, so sad for him losing his baby, man. That sucks.
Very sad.
No doubt.
I mean, I know it was against the Chiefs this season, but I guess I just felt like they were in control of the game, and I didn't feel like it was over. Colin Saunders getting that pick, in the moment, I was like, good for him, man. I really like him.
Well,
He's a
I knew
great
it
guy.
didn't matter, so I was cheering for Colin Saunders. I was like, there you go, man.
That kind of situation, sure, yeah. I usually, when athletes leave, though, I forget about them. I don't really give a rip what you do somewhere else. Once you're gone, you're gone.
You're like, see ya.
Somebody on the text line says somebody they would never vote for or root for is Aaron Rodgers.
You know, it goes without saying.
Yep.
I think, God, the tide has really turned on him, though, to the point of where, everybody's just done. Everybody's just done with Aaron Rodgers.
Well, it's just old. It's not like he's doing anything. If the Jets were 7-2 and he was having a decent year, it'd be like, you know what? He can act like this. He can be this way. They're not.
You wouldn't know he was doing this and acting this way, though, if they were 7-2, right? That's the thing. If they were winning games, winning cures all. Nobody pays attention. Coach isn't getting fired and all this kind of stuff. But I think his act is finally wearing thin, in New York, and I think they're ready for him to go. Like I was listening to our sister station yesterday because a dumpster fire is a dumpster fire is a dumpster fire in New York, and they were talking about Aaron Rodgers. This guy just needs to retire. He needs to go away right now. Like even New York is done with Aaron Rodgers. That was so Jetsian how this whole thing played out. You know, somebody said, "What is the best Aaron Rodgers moment on Twitter yesterday with the Jets and time he had him running out with the American flag?"
Oh my gosh!
Which quite honestly,
That was
it
it?
was. I mean, the man blows his Achilles 3 plays into his Jets career, and then you have this year happen, and then you look all around football. Manning succeeded elsewhere. Brady succeeded elsewhere. Favre succeeded elsewhere.
Not until he went to Minnesota.
Not until he went to Minnesota.
Got out of New York.
Got out of New York. Like, people don't understand. The Jets need to be contracted. They are a bad franchise. They suck. Their owner's terrible. That's why they're terrible. And they're never going to be better until they get a better owner. And the guy's name is Woody Johnson. Like, you talk about bad names.
It's like being named Richard Head. My dad had a client.
No,
named
he
that.
did not.
I swear to God. On everything I own, we had a caller ID.
We used to take text on that all the. I had a teacher, Mr. Richard Head.
No, this is a true story. My dad was a salesman for a company called Expedex, was a paper company before Dunder Mifflin, and we had
Did Dunder buy them out?
I think so. Before that, they were Nationwide Papers. For anybody that remembers that, this is how you know this story is factual. And we had caller ID because I'm a 90s millennial, and I was so excited to see what a caller ID would do. And a guy literally calls him Richard Head, and my dad goes, "Easy, only his wife can call him what you think." And I was like, okay.
Oh, wow.
Swear to God.
What were you thinking?
Oh, well, obviously. Rich of the Week,
Rich?
Friday. No. So anyways,
Do
those
you
were
follow actual names on Twitter? Oh, you need to
Should
start
I?
to. Oh, God, yes. Yes. You need to start following actual names on Twitter.
But athletes that I came up with that I could never root for, which was kind of like baseball ones. Jose Ramirez, I just can't stand the
God,
guy.
I love him, though, man. He's
don't.
such a good baseball player.
Shohei Ohtani could care less.
I'm kind of with you on that. Like,
guy
it just
gambled.
doesn't
I don't
do
care.
much for me.
Guy's dirty. Too much dirt around his name. I don't believe it.
Wow. Okay. I didn't realize that.
Your interpreter took $3.5 million from him. You just
And
didn't
you didn't
see
know? Like, that either you just didn't know and you're stupid, or you're so rich that, like, you don't care, or, like, how do you not know somebody takes $3 from me. I'm like, all right, who took the money?
It's the casino quote. You're either in on it or you're too dumb to realize it. Either way, you gotta go.
Right.
I don't root for Juan Soto. It's too much for me. I don't need it. Russell Wilson is one. Tyreek Hill is one, and then anyone in Denver. Not gonna root for you. Sorry. So some news on Twitter. The Royals are now, according to Royals Review, 10-1 to land Alice Bregman at third base. Not
How
sure.
about that? I'd take that, right?
They're 18-1 to land Corbin Burns and 20-1 to land Willie Adams. I guess is Adams.
Well, I think it's Adames.
Adames, that's right. Yeah, the sun is like right on my computer, so I can't see anything. Plus, I'm battling dyslexia, so it's tough. But no, the Royals also in the news today with the finalists of honors in the MLB. Matt Cotrero is a finalist for Manager of the Year, along with his other foes from his division, Stephen Voigt in Cleveland and A.J. Hinch in Detroit. That
I
shows
bet you
how
they
good
give
the
it to
Central-
Detroit.
I bet they give it to Voigt because he's a first-year guy, which is unfair because Matt Cotrero turned a 56-win team
How do you not give it
into
to
an
Q?
86. He got to the divisional round.
Yeah.
He has a Cy Young candidate as well in
Yep.
Seth Lugo, who's up against Clase, also for the Cleveland Guardians, and Tarek Skubal, who will win that because he was the Triple Crown winner in pitching. And then MVP, Bobby Witt Jr. versus the Yankees. Bobby Witt Jr. against Juan Soto and Aaron Judge, which a lot of people think unanimously, Aaron Judge will win the MVP.
Just put in perspective what we just said.
Correct.
The Royals have finalists for the three biggest awards in baseball: MVP, Cy Young, and Manager of the Year.
That's right.
That didn't happen in 14 and
No.
15.
No.
I mean, I think maybe Lorenzo Cain was like a finalist for the MVP.
Was Ned up for Manager of the Year in 14?
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I don't remember. But we didn't have a Cy Young Award winner. Like Wade
No.
Davis wasn't even put into that
Didn't have an
category.
MVP for
right?
sure.
No.
Because Kane in 14 finished fifth.
Was it fifth? Was it fifth?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he won the ALCS MVP. Sal won the World Series MVP in 15.
But this is wild, man. Like the
Yeah.
Royals have a finalist for Manager of the Year, Cy Young, and MVP.
And the MVP and the
Good
manager
God.
aren't going anywhere. And you could probably have a Cy Young candidate next year in Cole Reagan.
Yeah, if Cole Reagans comes out and does what he's
Right.
supposed to do. God, I would have loved to have the odds on Lugo to win the Cy Young Award at the beginning of the year, right?
So you put all that together and you think about what everybody said, right? What did everybody say, Bob, when the new stadium talk came out a couple years? Put a program out there that I can watch and like and follow and can be
Right.
competitive, and then we can talk about the stadium.
Right.
There's your competitive team. not talk about the stadium.
Now you want me to talk about the stadium? Yes, I'm, and there's a lot of
'Cause Alex
rumblings
doesn't
going on
believe
right
you.
now. Alex came in
fired up, dude.
Yeah, he really did. He came in fired up with a map that he showed me from 2003. So a really updated a map of what's going on. But from what I've been told, and now it's starting to pick up steam, on the interwebs, and people are kind of talking about it right now. But I've heard from 3 different sources now that the Royals are in real and advanced discussions with the state of Kansas to potentially build their new stadium in Johnson County. And there's a couple of locations that, I've heard of and been kind of privy to in conversations. The one that's picking up a lot of steam right now, and somebody else texted me in the know this morning saying, I'm hearing Royals at Sprint. I go, yeah, that's kind of where I'm hearing them as well. 119th and Knoll on the northwest corner of 119th and Knoll. The Sprint campus used to be there. It's still there, whatever that is now. But they have 5 existing parking garages, which I think is very attractive to a lot of people who wonder where we're going to park. You already have 5 existing parking garages that are there at 119th and Knoll. You also have development that's there at 119th and Knoll. You also have 55% of your season ticket holders that live in Johnson County, Kansas. So you're bringing the ballpark potentially to where people are, where 5 parking garages already exist, and there's already development around there. But there's also enough area that will lead to more development around that area as well to give John Sherman the ability to build Ballpark Village. So I've heard that location. I've heard just inside 435 around the Antioch area potentially as another location. And that's kind of what I'm hearing right now from folks that are quote unquote in the know. And like I said, I've now confirmed this conversation with 3 different people about where the Royals could potentially move. Again, nothing is a done deal. And I've said all along throughout this process, which started, I don't know how long ago now, that when I get information, I'm going to give the information, and you can do with it what you want. You can disseminate it. You can, you got to get an express written consent from me first before you do that.
Well, that's like what you told Cole, because he was out there and they're all talking about the bullpen, like 119th row, 119th, no, 119th, no, and you're like, dude, this is just what people are telling me, man.
Yeah,
this
right.
Is
Like this is kind of where it is. Like F around and find out with Jackson County, and that's kind of where they are. And then people have said to me, well, what about the Chiefs? Right? What does that mean for the Chiefs? And there's a lot of stuff that's still on the table for the Chiefs. I've heard either the practice facility or the stadium could be built out at the Legends. The feeling seemed to be yesterday, and again, this kind of changes as the days go on, that if the practice facility is built in Kansas, maybe the stadium stays in Missouri, or if the stadium's built in Kansas, the practice facility will stay in the state of Missouri. The problem is the state of Missouri right now is being grabbed at by so many different entities for money for facilities. Springfield Minor League Ballpark wants a facelift. Columbia wants a facelift on their football stadium. You also have the opportunity to potentially put more money into the Cardinals and the Blues facilities over in St. Louis. So there's a lot of entities out there that potentially want dough coming from the state to build these facilities. So it may be just fiscally not possible to do the Chiefs facility in the state of Missouri because of everything else that is going on right now. So the Chiefs are still kind of going back and forth. But yeah, I've heard the Royals are in deep discussions with Johnson County and Kansas.
Why doesn't the Speedway ever work out? Like, there's always is that just always going to be the fear monger place of they'll go to
that's where the Chiefs could potentially end up out there.
You think that could
Wyandotte
happen?
County?
You think that could happen?
One or the other, I think, is going to end up at Wyandotte County, whether it be practice facility or football stadium.
So what benefit would you have for a practice facility there and then the stadium over here?
Well, you give a little bit of both to both sides of the state line,
Okay.
Because those practice facilities now
Where they have open practice to people to watch.
Well, I don't know. Did you read that Cowboy story last week where they're selling tours and you can go in there and kind of see the players running around and all that kind of stuff? No, the benefits of the practice facility are you build a village, you use it as a place to play a lot of high school football games, a lot of small college games. You can have,
So State for Kansas could be in.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. State, all your state games like Missouri used to do at the Dome back in the day. You could do them there at the Chiefs practice facility.
Wow, we got to go to the RCA Dome or whatever.
Yeah,
what was it? TWA Dome.
Horrible building.
Oh, it's terrible.
Just a terrible place to watch a game. But that's kind of what it is. You look at what Dallas and Minnesota have done with their practice facilities. They've turned them into villages. They've turned them into hotels and areas where you can go spend money and whatnot.
And where I get a lot of flack from people is I want a downtown stadium.
I do too. Always have.
That's kind of and Cody was talking about it too. We don't really have, I don't have the sources you have, so no one's reaching out to me. But Like, when I think about it, I'm like, man, I just really want a downtown baseball stadium, and I want the Chiefs to just use that entire mech of a parking lot to turn it into something.
Yeah,
put
it
a
would be
hotel
nice.
out there,
Yeah.
put a sports book somewhere close to it, because the law in Missouri has passed where you can gamble and stuff like that. So, again, don't shoot the messenger.
Right, but here's the thing.
Right.
Missouri had the opportunity to pass that sales tax
Correct.
and get it done, and they
Correct.
chose not to. And so once you tell somebody, we're done, we're not doing this, well, then you start looking elsewhere. And that's what we said from the beginning. There were going to be other options out there. People didn't want to hear that. People didn't want to listen. They just didn't want to pay that 3.8 sales tax. And now, F around and find out. The Royals may end up in Johnson County at 119th and Knoll or inside 435 around the Antioch area. So the talks are getting real, man. As the more we've talked about it this morning, the more my phone is buzzing from people going, I'm hearing the same things. I'm hearing the same things. I'm hearing the same things. So,
And they want it
We'll see
discussed during winter meetings or done by winter meetings.
yeah, I've heard that with winter meetings, they could have an announcement by then, which is the beginning of December, and they are in Dallas this year. The winter meeting's in Dallas.
Mac, what do you want to talk about next? You want to talk about the ripeness of bananas and when it's too far gone, or what do you want to do on the other side here?
Mac shoveling in that banana.
That was a pear that time.
Oh, pear.
Yeah,
Nice.
I already
Big
did the
pear guy.
banana. Yeah.
All right, fiber.
Let's do it.
Do what?
Both. Let's do it all. I'm here.
We'll do it
Mac,
all.
what do you want to talk about? Let's do it.
We'll do it all on the other side here at 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Fescoe and Dusty.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, we are headed into week 11 of the NFL season, and that means you can have some fun with the FanDuel app. Get ready to tackle the NFL action with FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. And we're going to start it off with Thursday night football. Washington at Philadelphia. How about Terry McLaurin with an anytime touchdown? Saquon Barkley over the rushing yards and Jalen Hurts over the passing yards. Just visit FanDuel.com/610Bob to make every moment more this season. FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL and of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com.
It's peaceful out here.
Yeah.
Oh, an owl.
Mm-hmm. And a bullfrog.
Is that a coyote?
I think that's a winner of the $100,000 cash adventure ticket from the Kansas Lottery.
Oh, yeah. I hear it now.
You could also win a $100,000 Bass Pro shopping spree. See KSLottery.com for details.
It's Thirsty Thursday at Hy-Vee. Time to stock up the bar and fill up your tank. Earn 50 cents per gallon fuel savings on every $50 purchase of wine, beer, hard seltzer, and spirits. Mix and match all your favorite libations and get a 50-cent fuel saver with every $50 purchase. Stack up the savings and your next fill-up could be free. Don't miss Thirsty Thursday at your Kansas City, Missouri Hy-Vee. Product and promotion differs by location. Offers valid where legal, available while supplies last.
I can't wait to watch the Chiefs go up and down the field and score a ton of points this year. And now I have even more reason to cheer on the Chiefs. I just head to Hy-Vee the day after any game and score savings at the pump with my Hy-Vee Perks card. Win or lose, I earn fuel saver discounts equal to the Chiefs score based on the amount I spend. If the Chiefs score 42 points, I save 42 cents a gallon when I spend $42. The more we score, the more I save. Only at Hy-Vee. Offer good in-store and online. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Welcome to Staples.
Help! My family's in for the holidays and I need gift ideas.
That's why we're here. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need. Photo gifts, laptops, and gaming systems. Even custom holiday cards and shipping solutions to send gifts to the family that can't make it.
Perfect! Have anything for Uncle Frank? I love him, but the guy is never quiet.
Noise-canceling headphones. For you.
You get it.
Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples. And right now at Staples, save up to $350 on select computers. Ends 11/16, in-store only.
From Front Office Sports, Prime Video has released the trailer for the new Madden documentary. It's in the game, Madden NFL. It is a 4-part series.
Wow, I'm in on that.
Premieres November 26th.
It's my idol right there.
So I watched the trailer. It's pretty cool. It's probably better if you just go find it and watch it instead of us play it over the air. That's why we're not playing it. But it should be an interesting documentary. If there is a documentary that you're watching right now, please send it to the text line, 913-586-7965, as I'm about to finish the comeback. And I'm almost going to watch the Tiger King again.
Oh, no, you're not.
I thought again.
There. Why?
Well, I haven't watched it all the way through a second time, and It's been since COVID since I watched it. And I was.
Is it still even up there on Netflix?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. It's it's up there. And I just because I feel like I powered through it during COVID because I couldn't believe
we
what I
had
was
nothing
watching.
else to do.
Right.
Yeah, right.
And you had The Last Dance, and you had Tiger King, and all that sort of stuff. So, no, I thought that's interesting. The Madden documentary will be interesting because I can tell you where that was for me, and I know this is where I think this show can be relatable for others and unrelatable for others as well. Where as Bob is 10 years older than I am, and I'm 10 years older than Mac. Like, Mac didn't have to really deal with this because games evolved. But, man, I can tell you what, 2004, 5, and 6, I was outside GameStop's door at 11:30 at night ready to buy Madden at midnight, which now...
That was kind of 94.
Yeah. which is now, it's just you can buy it in advance, and it'll start downloading once it's available for networks to play.
Yeah.
So, it'll be interesting to see, where that game eventually goes to or when it does die out. I don't know if it ever will, but it was one of those things, man, where, I was able to drive at the age of 16, obviously, and I would get in my car, go pick up my buddies, we'd go stand in line and wait for the new Madden to come out, and then realize that we had to get home quickly because we had to be in bed soon because it was midnight.
Yeah, it was midnight. Yeah.
And then you had school the next day. But, Madden, crazy video game in my life. It absolutely just... The generations that it captivated is insane.
Yeah.
Like my buddy's son, my buddy Robert, he's got a son named Owen, and he's 8, and he plays Madden every year, gets excited for it every year. We're all in our mid-30s, and, some of us have moved on from video games, but some of us still play it and
I've moved
enjoy
on,
it.
yeah.
Oh, I don't play video games. I haven't for a while.
Because of that generation, like, they weren't that popular they were popular, then you went to college and it wasn't like it is today where everybody's gaming all the time and doing all that kind of stuff. You're like, still playing video games. But I love Madden, and I still have it down in the basement every once in a while. I'll go down there and play around and let the kids look at it. And they're like, oh, my God. Like, I have the Super Nintendo hooked up, and they look at the graphics of that kind of stuff. And like, oh, my God, Dad, what is this nonsense? But, I mean, like Madden and Tecmo Bowl and all that kind of stuff, kind of how you got into the games, too. Yeah. I mean, you were playing the games, you were watching the games, and then you were actually participating in the sport. And I think a lot of that is lost today. A lot of people don't do all three of those when it comes to, to watching sports or whatever the case may be. But, John Madden I just absolutely love everything about him. My hero, man.
The KC Sports Zone tweeted at me and said the Martha Stewart documentary is good, and then hashtag it as on the come.
So interesting you bring that up.
It
right?
is good.
So I started watching that a couple of weekends ago, right? And as luck would have it, I fell asleep.
Shocker.
And I woke up the next morning, and my wife rolls over, and she goes, were you watching a Martha Stewart documentary? And I go, yeah, I started it on Netflix or whatever, right? And she goes, it was amazing. I go, what do you mean? She goes, I came home, it was on, I started to watch it, I couldn't stop. Like, it was unbelievable. Yeah. So I got to go back, I got to watch it again, because I got through the first 10 minutes, and I fell asleep. One of those, it was probably the middle of the week or whatever it was, but, once I put my head down, I'm done. And so it was, something I'm like, I got to get back into this. So you did watch it, huh?
Yeah, I watched.
Really
She's
good.
incredible.
She's awesome, right?
She was amazing. I had no idea. I mean, obviously, just being younger, too, I didn't really know the impact. I mean, yeah, seriously, incredible. And also, wow.
You would?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you growing boy.
You. Starting to like the older women now.
Cougars.
They called me Cougar Chow in Nashville.
Well,
Excuse me, what?
That was my nickname on the station I worked for.
What was it called?
Cougar Chow.
Chow?
Yeah, Cougar Chow.
I thought they were saying child, like child.
No, Cougar
No,
Chow.
chow, like like food.
Yeah.
So the Cougars like you?
Maybe I like Cougars. I don't know.
Hey.
How old's your fiance?
She's 6 days older than me.
Wow.
So she is a cougar,
she's a
technically.
cougar. There we go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Somebody says the Vince McMahon doc, already seen it, was fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody says, hey, Dusty, have you played Madden with our full lineup? Again, I don't play video games anymore.
Right.
I haven't played video games in almost a decade. He says that they just destroy everybody. I believe it. I mean, Rashee Rice, Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, how could they not? Right? Like this is what it was supposed to be like at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Somebody says training camp drill is still a thing on Madden. Haven't played since probably 15 years.
That's kind of the last time I played too.
When you threw it through the rings. You had to go
still
to
do that. Yep,
they
still
brought
there.
it back. They brought it back.
I wonder if they're ever going to take the Todd Haley toilet bowl training camp drill, the Porta-John drill that they had that year at training camp, and put that in Madden. If they do that, let's go.
The Octopus Murders, fantastic. Need to watch that.
I like Octopus. Were we having that conversation about Octopus, or was I having that with somebody
I've
else?
had it at the Town and Company. It was really good as like an appetizer.
I think grilled octopus is fantastic.
If it's cooked right, it's great.
It is
from
wonderful.
816, Martha is a smoke show and a dominatrix supreme. Yep, definitely would hit that again.
Again?
Somebody's already been there. Somebody says that documentary where that made-up high school team got to play on
that was
Sports Center was
good.
pretty wild.
Yeah.
I need to check that out. My buddy watched that.
Oh, my God.
Just lied about everything. How did they get that far? I don't understand. Like, how did they get that far into the...
Oh, that was... What the hell was the name of that place? Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Somebody told me... My buddies told me about this. Chip Crazy. It's like about the same as like Tiger King, but it's about a person who keeps chimpanzees. It's like in southern
That guy
Missouri.
that let out 40 of them the other day?
I don't know if that's it, but it's like this person that has chimpanzees in Missouri. And if you can think about the Tiger King, they said this is one up more than that because guess what they do at the chimps?
No.
That's what I was told.
Nope.
That's what I was told.
Nope.
It's not about the octopus. It's about the government conspiracy is what that documentary is about. Notorious documentary on Conor McGregor. Would that be worth it? Or would I be annoyed after like an hour?
I'm not into him.
I used to be. I thought he was great. And then all of a sudden he was just a bag.
Yeah.
Like super like aggressive and like just not a good person.
No.
At all. Don't F with Cats. Already watched that.
Yeah, that
really
was
good.
that was great. Like that's one everybody should watch so you know how the internet works.
Yeah, the texter says it would have been bigger than the Tiger King. It just happened to be released during COVID as well.
No, it was
wait.
It was released because I remember exactly when I watched
had it been released during COVID?
It was released in like December of 2019. It was right before COVID. Had they waited till COVID, which nobody knew was going to happen,
Right.
but had they waited for that, then that would have been huge.
Another
because,
one that is chimp crazy on Max. It's like Tiger King, but with monkeys.
Yeah. You just said that.
I know. I was saying another
Oh,
person
another.
texted
Okay.
in. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's just weird. I don't like animal cruelty, so I don't really watch a whole lot of that, which is probably why I haven't watched Tiger King a second time.
Well, we did burn that horse at the tailgate. He probably wouldn't have liked that.
Is there a sports doc that we haven't, like that you're just like, wait, they need to make a sports doc about this?
Absolutely.
What is it?
Aaron Rodgers in New York.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good for your mental.
Oh, for mine, it would be great.
I was going to say, I think it'd be uplifting.
I do. Yeah, I want to see how he effed all these people over in an entire order.
It's a good one.
How one quarterback screwed the lives of hundreds of people.
The Mahomes, Reed, and Veach one will be great in about 15 years.
Yeah,
So,
God, yeah. Going
a
back
team
on
that changed the history of the NFL with these three guys.
But I'm not ready for that yet because we're not even near
Nah,
over,
as I
right?
said, 15 years.
Yeah.
Give it 15 years, and they'll bring it back. So, yeah.
I think one on the steroid era baseball, like a real one, not the Balco crap, but like the real stuff. Like people in baseball telling you why they allowed steroids to take place and how it brought the game back. Like give you the realism, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bishop Sycamore was
Bishop
the name of
Sycamore.
the
That's
team.
yes.
What a joke.
Bishop Sycamore. Yeah.
To give a spoiler alert from the chimp crazy, it's not too graphic. It says, no lie, at one point she breastfeeds a baby chimp.
Oh, come on.
What are we doing here?
What is going on?
Sign me up. I'll see you tonight watching
No.
Chimp Crazy on Max. No. Got to go home and do the leaves, man. Got to mulch them up, bag them up, and get rid of them in the dump pile. So, hey, thanks for listening today. Had a fun show on a Tuesday. Come back on a Wednesday. But as we do every day, go do something nice for somebody. You never know. It could change their day, week, month, or year. It is simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay cool, stay safe, stay kind. Coming up next, it's Cody and the wonderful Alex Gold here on 96.5 The Fan.